Let's hit it. What up, viewers? What up, what up? I am continuing my playthrough of Disco Elysium. I just finished with the kind of western side of town with like the docks and, well, not finished, but like I did a lot of stuff in the docks. Got a lot of new quests to kind of follow up on. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing tonight. So let's hop right in and check that out. Okay. I wrote down all my everything that I'm going to do in my game journal. So let's zoom out. Okay, what am I doing first? Can't talk to the smoker yet. Why don't I take the bird to Gart? Oh, I gotta do the frozen thing. The frozen space. What's the frozen thing called? What's the frozen thing called? Yeah, the frozen chest at the closed down building.
Can I help you?
Gart, I found a new bird for the whirling. Give him the ruffled grouse.
What is this thing?
Man takes the stuffed bird. It's no biggie. I thought it would look nice on the wall. I'm that kind of cop. And this is the ruffed grouse. Symbolizes the might of male courtship rituals. May it serve as a reminder to keep an eye on cock carousellers. I'm that kind of cop.
What, the interior decorating kind? You know, I'm sorry. This is actually a nice bird. A competent piece of taxidermy.
Great.
I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess. So, I don't know. Thank you. I'm gonna go with thank you.
People just don't know how to accept
They really
this,
don't.
especially taxidermy. He likes it. He likes the bird. It solves his broken bird
Yeah.
problem.
Jerk.
I feel good about our work here today. It's all about the little things, like bringing people random stuffed animals.
Got my bill for tonight.
Got the 20 real?
No, I don't live here anymore.
Then why are you wasting my time? And yours?
That's a little mean. Hey.
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too
It
much
was a
trouble
truly
for
epic
you.
long-distance trek. Just on my way while I was working the case. I'm basically also a cryptozoologist now. Doing my job.
Here, I want to give you a small token of my gratitude. It's a tie.
Eight-eyed
Mexican
pterodon
origin.
tie?
The pin is an antique. Quite special.
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian skull with 8 eyes.
You never told me you've seen a phasmid.
Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's
I mean,
ramblings.
I kind of do.
Ramblings? Nonsense. Your description of the phasmid is the most precise I've ever heard.
But darling, I didn't even get the size of it right.
You were a child, my dear. Really. It's extraordinary what you were able to describe. Now go on. Tell our friend about it. He's proven his interest in the
I mean,
field.
haven't I?
Reflexively, the lieutenant readies his familiar notebook.
Hey.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember. When, all of a sudden...
Wait, where was this and how old were you?
I'm getting ahead of myself. I was 5.5 in Betancourt in the suburbs. My grandmother had a summer home there.
Okay.
She'd just started forming memories. Real memories. Not the billowy haze of infant.
What happened?
The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy.
Huh.
I've never seen anything like
Weird.
it. I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left, went into the reeds.
Follow it?
I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there knee-deep in mud, looking around me.
Where did you go?
Then
Don't.
what?
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd
Yeah.
seen. For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys, that sort of thing. Of course, most people just took it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So did I, honestly. But then I met Morel.
We were on a date. Can you imagine? She tells me a story, and it's the most detailed report of the Insulindian phasmid I've ever heard. The sounds. She told me it hissed.
Huh.
So that's how they met. This is beyond significant for them.
It did, yes. Like reeds in a gust of wind.
The way it moved, the colour, how some of its limbs were white, like marble. It matched perfectly with what I know from other accounts. It was amazing. If it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that she restored my faith in my profession.
He looks at her with admiration, forgetting a wide smile on his face. You're on a date?
Our first,
On
yes.
their first date? Tillman looks at her husband tenderly.
The glance is tender, yes, but tempered by something else. A thought she can't express, even to him.
Its
Interesting.
limbs are white?
Not all of them. There is some white coloration reported, along with beige, where the camouflage ends.
How big was it?
It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but that's probably not the case.
Kim, what do you think of this?
I thought it was a wonderful story. Now.
Closes his notes and gives her a simple smile.
But I don't believe it. A child left unattended on a warm day. Children make up stories and then end up believing them.
Thank you for sharing this with me.
You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just such an impossibly sunshiny
All right.
day. So warm.
And she could get up and walk right into the reeds on her own, into the mud, anywhere.
Maybe you could convince her to tell you about some cool cryptids.
There's really no point in manipulating anyone. She'd be only too pleased to tell you about her work. Go on and ask.
Hey, Lena, I'd like to hear about some of the cryptids you studied. Can you tell me about a couple of them?
Oh, I'd be delighted. Truth be told, I could really use the company
Yeah.
too.
One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza.
Cryptid extravaganza. I like the sound of that. Okay, Kim. Just one little cryptid, promise.
He nods and assumes a waiting posture. Cryptids, cryptids. Let's hear about all the interesting cryptids.
Yeah, why don't we?
Ooh, tough choice there.
This bird a cryptid? Point to the tie she gave you? No. What is the biggest cryptid? That's the most dangerous cryptid. Is that a cryptid under this pen you gave me? Take the pen. Are there any invisible cryptids? What is the biggest cryptid?
That would be the giant of Coconur.
He says as if it's a common knowledge.
The giant lives in the most arid parts of the vast Coconur Desert in South Samara, casting a strange light across the barren wastes.
Wait, what do you mean strange light?
Mirage or a psychogenous luminance.
He does not elaborate the nature of this luminance further. How big is it?
No one knows for sure. It is like an awful mountain appearing from below the horizon and expanding to cover almost a third of your field of
This is
vision.
dangerous.
The towering luminosity of Kokonur is a bad omen in local folklore. Some say it's a fata morgana, others, fate unimaginable.
Who here? No animal can be that large. It's a mirage.
That's what makes it so peculiar. A species surviving at the very limits of scientific law. The giant of Kokonur must be the largest animal the planet can support. There are limits, you see, to how large a metabolism an ecosystem can beget. Some say a gravity anomaly below the Kokonur desert might allow the creature to grow to these gargantuan sizes.
Yeah.
Great. This is great shit. You need more.
Is this a cryptid? What did the tie she gave you?
No, it's the
Wow,
cryptid.
the cryptid.
Oh, yes.
Small silvery skull shines between your fingers. Its beak sharp. Okay, what is this bird?
The eight-eyed teratorn, the largest flying avian ever discovered, with a wingspan of 11.5 meters. It was thought to have gone extinct 3,500 years ago. Some even doubted the fossils were real. A mutation, they said. Until...
Mutation? Huh. All of evolution is a mutation.
Until?
It was sighted by renowned Gottwaldian explorer and naturalist Uwe Plattenkalk in 21.
I need to hear about this sighting.
It happened on a botanical expedition into the vast and unexplored Oamrau Canyon in southeast Ilmara. Dr. Plattenkalk got separated from his group during a sandstorm.
Okay, and the Umrau is...
The world's largest canyon system, sweetie. It's a barren waste east of the Erg Desert, an ancient riverbed completely dried up. Alone in the blasted desert heat, the doctor wandered eastward, where man hasn't stepped foot in over 1,000 years, since the fall of Pericarnassus.
Pericarnassus.
He was lost, without any navigation equipment, and
I like how I'm
desperately
just
low
standing
on
here
water.
holding a flashlight.
After a day or two,
while having
he
a
noticed a
conversation
bird
with someone.
high in the noon sky.
like-
A great blackbird. It seemed gargantuan.
Ooh.
Every now and then, the bird would dive down to feed on an animal carcass somewhere on the horizon. But by the time Uwe got there, the teratorn had taken off already, and the carcass was picked clean. This happened many
He's
times.
following it?
Yes, or rather, hunting. A bird that big has a lot of blood in it, and he was dying of thirst. For many days, Dr. Plattenkalk followed the teratorn until they reached a great canyon wall where the bird finally landed to
Yeah.
rest. The professor climbed up there with a rock in his hand. He found the bird sleeping with his head tucked under its wing, a great black pile of feathers on the perch. So he approached, slowly squeezing the rock in his fist.
Yeah.
Then the teratorn suddenly looked at him. He could see it had 8 eyes, 4 on either side of its skull, like a spider. And the man couldn't move. He was paralyzed, frozen into place with the rock in his hand. Whatever he did, he could not get closer to the bird.
Why?
The bird was controlling his mind. It kept him from approaching. He could step back, but every time he stepped forward, paralysis. Uwe spent 3 days trying until the bird flew away.
Hold on, how did he survive to tell the story?
The 8-eyed teratorn was indifferent to him, as long as he didn't get closer than 2 steps. It even let him feed on some carcasses up there,
Okay.
and the 2 unfertilized eggs it left behind.
Ooh. Halftime. 8-eyed mind-controlling bird? Fuck yeah. No way. Come on.
Yes, way, sweetie. Cryptozoologists have been tracing it ever since, but Wamrao is vast, mysterious, and holds many secrets.
Modern radar telemetry shows great promise. We will confirm this one by the end of the decade, latest.
This one I liked. Not only does it have 8 eyes, and is a living fossil, and the largest bird ever to live, it also does mind control.
That was the last anyone saw of it?
Sadly, yes, but there are numerous reports of 8-eyed bird skulls from Il Mara. And then there's the striking resemblance to the Pericarnassian imperial eagle, an ancient heraldic symbol that is hard to pass off as coincidence. The imperial eagle, too, had 8 eyes.
Very, very hard.
This one's very famous. Everyone knows it. People will be looking at that tie on you and thinking, that man is into cryptids.
She
So,
winks.
what else do you want to know?
This has been educational, so I think we need to discuss something else.
Of course, dear.
That's all for now, man. Ooh, I have a new experience point. What was I gonna put it in? Suggestion, maybe? Oh yeah, let me see this tie. This is a tie? Like a bolo? I mean, it's no dramatic tie. Oh yeah, tell him what I found.
I couldn't possibly shower thanks on you as enthusiastically as my wife has, but I am grateful for your assistance, officer.
Hey, thanks for the sub, babe.
He tries to play it cool, remain professorial, but inside, this man is itching for some news on those traps.
Did you know Gary was hiding the armor?
Hell no. I had no idea.
Likely
I'm
story.
still cross with him, to be honest. It's not like him. He's got his quirks, but dishonesty, disloyalty are not one of them.
Thanks.
Man mutters in the distance. He doesn't dare say more.
He's still glad his friend stood up for him.
I checked all the traps.
Good. Okay.
One of them
And?
was empty.
Completely
Yeah,
empty?
there was nothing in the trap. No locusts, no phasmid.
No locusts? No phasmid either?
That's not ideal,
Grabs
but
his chin.
It just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought.
Of course, more clever.
Ah,
You're dealing with a subject near and dear to their hearts. It might behove you to tread lightly.
yes, the Phantasmadeia picked off the locust and escaped. This is good news, though we'll have to reconsider the design of the traps, make them more secure.
Another trip to the reeds.
yes, that's exactly what it is. A deft hunter, this phasmid.
Of course, be sarcastic. Unless you have an alternative hypothesis you'd like to venture, mine stands, okay? Actually, no. Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big deal for us.
Yeah.
You've helped us twice now, and brought some great news too. My gratitude, and the gratitude of the Société Cryptozoologique de Ravachol, is
Thank you.
yours.
Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like closure? What really happened?
Thank you, it's an honor. We should probably return to our main investigation here. This has been refreshing, but
Helping cryptozoologists isn't really a priority for our organization, is it? The lieutenant looks out the window, impatiently.
Keep going. Let's put on your interfacing gloves.
Hello. Lena and I were just discussing the design of the new
Develop
trap.
an alternative theory about missing locusts.
Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed, as though shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person. Hands small enough to fit inside
Oh,
the trap,
no.
too. You should ask the red-headed boy, Kuno.
You think a little hooligan called Kuno could have stolen the locust?
A little hooligan. But what would a child want with bags?
Oh, my dear Morel. You've been an old man for too
Too
long.
long.
Kids love to torment insects almost as much as they love to torment old folks.
I'll talk to that little gremlin and see if anything comes up.
Delinquents, my favorite.
Come on, Kitsurage.
Oh, you've been such a dear to us. Please, let us know whatever you turn up. I have a feeling we're getting so close.
Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play suzerainty, but no more field trips for me.
After this is your last chance to talk to Gary.
Really, Gary? We're getting somewhere here. I'd love to play suzerainty, but...
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here.
Gotta
Leave anything
get them
out
kids.
in the open and they'll steal it, even if it's bugs.
He looks at his tea.
Morel, it's been fun, really, but I need a bath and I have deliveries to handle. When this tea is done, I gotta run.
No need to apologize, Geary. You'd be more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on that game of suzerainty today, though. We're gonna follow this through.
He keeps the language unemotional, but it's in there. Disappointment.
Alright, let's go talk to Gary. Let's save it really quick. I haven't saved the day yet.
Always a pleasure to see an officer of the
Alright,
law.
Gary.
I mean, officers.
Hear anything about the man hanging behind the whaling ranks?
I told you everything. I just took the querist, that's all.
Querist.
I promise. I
Chess
don't know
piece.
anything else.
'Tis true, sire. This man simply did not know what he was getting caught up in.
He's trying to get out of here, though. Oh, yeah.
Again? I can't believe this shit.
Shakes his head, looking like he really is having trouble believing this shit.
He might be wearing a disguise.
Cool shades, are you wearing disguise?
Yes, it's a hobby of mine.
He looks inquisitively. Look, I just have to ask, are we from the same police station?
I'm going to say no. Just to see what you'll say to that. What'd you say?
Okay.
Okay?
Jean, he said okay. Give it a rest.
Okay, I was clearly wrong. He is a firefighter. Meln.
One of these people has a...
Yes? What is it? What precinct?
Am I from? God, he...
Fucking deranged lunatic.
Alright. Thought I had a conversation with one of those two, but...
The man ponders his cooking utensils.
Stay masculine, my brother.
You see a heavy... The door does...
Alright. Alright, time to crack open the door. But yeah, I gotta talk to Kuno now. Hey, you little shit.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad? Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything.
You wouldn't happen to know anything about missing locusts, do you?
No, Kuno doesn't give a fuck about bugs.
Oh my god, I told you that shit is lame!
Shut up, see.
Now they're gonna take you to lame prison!
She sounds like she's about to cry, out of disappointment at Kuno's newfound lameness.
What's this about?
Deny everything, Kuno. You need to lawyer up.
Lawyer up.
Kuno's not gonna say anything without his lawyer present.
Lame. That rings some bells. Could this be connected to Night City? AKA, the City of Rage.
You know, is this about Rage City?
Oh God, Kuno, no! It's gonna happen now. They're gonna make you lame.
Stop it, see? No one's gonna make anyone lame. Kuno's got this under control.
There's definitely something going on here. You should check out Kuno's shack, the one with the pig's head.
Write him off.
Kuno doesn't fucking...
Telling me, Kuno. Anything that buffs my empathy? Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna bump it to... Alrighty. Crawling with locusts in here.
All around you, the hisses and chirps of locusts fill the musky air. The earthen floor of the shack has been shaped into mounds of mud, dotted with little holes for windows.
Well, detective, it appears you've solved the case
Lieutenant looks around, writes something in his notebook, and turns to you.
of the locusts. For the missing locust case, which is a sub-case of the imaginary insect case. So at least that's going well.
I'm being so sarcastic, Kim.
Oh, I'm not being sarcastic at all. We are making real progress here.
You think the Insulindian phasmid is near? No, I'm not gonna mess with Kim that way. But I talked about Kuno about this. Get him to stop.
I'll let you handle the Kuno side of things. You are doing just fine.
Oh, thank you. God, he's such a tool.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad. Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything.
I know you took the locust from the traps the cryptozoologist set up.
Yeah. Kuno took the books. So what?
So it wasn't the phasmid. A wave of
Really hoping it would be a
disappointment
reed
washes over you.
phasmid that ate the locust, not you, Kuno. You say you don't give a fuck about bugs, but then you go and build a whole bug town?
It's not Bugtown. It's the city of locusts. Locusts aren't just bug shit. They come out of the sky like a fucking shadow. Shit descends.
Okay.
Stop!
Brilliant berries are facing the hands.
Locusts coming down like a shadow. This must be the night city he mentioned when you asked him where he's been.
Went to the shack. So what's in the... So that in the night city?
Yeah, Locust City. City of rage. City of lights.
The girl forces herself to watch again, the corners of her eyes twitching from
City
discomfort.
of Rage sounds like a cool place. Be some kind of artist now?
Kuno, the pig wants to help you. Oh, that's how lame it is. Please just don't say you're...
An artist. Maybe I am an artist. You hear that, everyone? I'm a fucking artist now.
It's great, Kuno. It's cool to make art.
Oh my God, Kuno. He's gonna make you totally lame in, like, 3 seconds. Don't let him, Kuno.
Yo, fuck you, see? Kuno can be what Kuno wants to be. Kuno's his own man. Kuno's free.
He tears at the buttons of his shirt trying to rip them off, then they don't give way.
Kuno made himself into Kuno. Kuno can make himself into anything. Kuno can make himself into a pig if he wants. Kuno can make himself into a... Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Hello?
Don't make yourself into a pig, Kuno. You'll have to take me away.
Leaded silence fills the yard?
So that's what this is about.
Depends on the choices you make, young girl. Oh, come on, no one is coming to take you away.
Without a word, she disappears entirely behind the fence. For once, the boy is lost for words. He turns completely red now, with splotches of white beginning to appear across his face. Use this momentary confusion to take control of the situation.
Need to stop taking locusts from the trap. The cryptozoologists are trying to find something very important. Those locusts are bait. What does the city of locusts mean?
I don't give a shit. I don't need the locusts anyway. Shit is all lame now. She was right.
The girl's face appears again, above the fence, just long enough to make eye contact with Kuno.
I have to ask, what does the city of locusts mean?
It don't mean anything. It's shit. Kuno just likes to focus. Kuno likes to concentrate on shit. Build shit when he's zipping hard. Fuck.
Turns his burning face to the falling snow.
Pig, you really shouldn't have fucked with Kuno City. Now it's all fucking lame.
What's gonna happen to the locusts?
Kuno's gonna let the fucking locusts die.
Okay, now that's settled, then better be off.
The fuck are they trying to catch anyway? With the traps?
The Insulindian Phasmid. Mutters to himself.
He recognizes the name.
Wait, you know what the Insulindian Phasmid is?
Bitches think Kuno doesn't know shit. The fuck out of here. Kuno's tired of this shit.
There's silence between the two children. They're not saying anything to each other, nor looking in each other's direction.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad. Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything.
Yeah, what's going on with this kid?
It's not Kuno. It's Kuno S.
Interesting how.
Kuno S is by far the worst of the two. Kuno has no problem being near you, but the other hides behind the fence, afraid for her life, like she's done something very bad. She came up with that psychopathic scheme of screaming for help before. Kuno just wanted to talk to you about his name. Kuno S was the one who wound him up and directed him. Also, Kuno hasn't stopped talking to you, even enjoys it from time to time. When you talk to the other one, it's like talking to a cornered animal. She only hisses and says murder was the case that they gave her. And then there's the fact that she's a girl and appears to be a little younger, certainly smaller, and yet Kuno is afraid of her. What's up with that, Kuno? All in all, Kuno respects madness. You cannot hope to outdo her on that front. You must win yourself a few minutes with him alone.
Act on it, try and separate them. Kuno, psst.
Fuck you whispering about?
He whispers back.
He's whispering too. He's going with it. But watch what happens.
Fuck you whispering about.
If Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay? Let's whisper, pig.
This is it. You've got him. But be careful. You can still fuck this up. Don't make Kuno look bad in this.
She's out of our hair. She's fucked up. Kuno, listen to me. She's trying to control you. We gotta get you out of here.
It's okay. The pig's trying to pit us against each other. Not gonna let him do that.
That's it. You let him off the line. That was a bad, manipulative thing to say. You should understand. I got you this far. I couldn't get you all the way.
Try to fuck my Kuno! Try to fuck my Kuno away! Me and Kuno are tight. We ride for life.
Try once more to figure him out, find a way to connect with him.
What's
Oh,
going
come on.
is an ungovernable youth on your crime scene, throwing around incendiary like you don't have enough on your plate. You feel a sudden surge of self-pity coming on.
Kuno, think you can turn the Kuno down for a moment? Let's talk like normal people.
Trying to fuck at the Kuno! Trying to fuck at me! Trying to fuck! Kuno only gets higher! It's faster, faster, faster! Can't take the Kuno! Stay out of the reactor!
Kuno gonna fuck you up! Up!
Normal is not what we got here. You've got to work with what you have for now.
Damn it!
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
I'm gonna put another point in empathy.
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Listen, child, the corpse made me puke twice and I was wondering why you don't.
Stay away from me, pig! You don't want to see what happens when you corner me.
Have more visual calculus now?
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza
Visual
mosaic.
calculus?
No.
Dude, what?
These tracks are not interesting at all. Let the street sweeper just sweep them away.
What? 92% rolled. Oh my god. I'm getting pretty annoyed. I'm missing. I make the rolls that are like long shots, and then I miss the rolls that are like easy. God, that's so dumb.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen shut.
No!
Ice squeak unplugging the ice cream.
What kind of check was it?
This orange machine is buzzing like an old... Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby. Something close to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Very smart. Opening the lid should be much easier after the ice cream maker has defrosted.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice...
Physical... something?
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around... This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice... You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here, or something stronger, like...
Didn't Sona give you a perfect tool for this kind of job? The Kvalsund. You should take it out.
Equip the multi-tool by going to the...
Yes, thank you.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream.
Here, I'm putting my next point in physical, whatever it is. Physical instrument. Alright. Gary follow-up. Oh, yeah. Do I want to sign the paperwork? Do I? Do I?
Hello, officer. I think I almost have it. A new trap design, that is. I know you're skeptical, but I have a good feeling about
Had a chat
this.
with the kid Kuno. He promised to stop stealing the locust.
So it was just a child.
His pursed lips, his lips crestfallen.
Thank you for telling us, sweetie. This is good news, right? It means we can try again.
Yeah.
She acts chipper, but something's changed in her tone. A hidden worry.
Yeah, you're right. We just need to restock the empty trap. Then we'll need to inspect the traps one more time. And then maybe we can.
Breaks into a hideous coughing fit.
He has a 38-degree fever. His resilience has given way.
Darling, I told you to take it easy. You're getting sick. Maybe it's time to go home.
You're right, you're right. We can come back next season, when it's warmer.
There won't be a next season. Not for this. Find the Phasmid or admit defeat, people.
And I'm really feeling this is costing me time on my main investigation. Maybe I can still restock the trap for you? I'm too far to quit. I'm just going to restock the trap. Let's do this.
You can? Fine. It's better than having these people get pneumonia on the coast. But after this...
He wants to see this tale through, as much as you. Otherwise, he'd have stopped this already. But he cannot let it drag out after this.
Really? It's too much, officer.
What Morel means is we're grateful for your help.
Nods to her husband.
Here's a fresh batch of locusts.
Yeah.
They should slide right down the funnel. And thank you again. We will definitely mention you, should this lead to a discovery. I'm not talking co-discovery, of course, but,
Wow. Co-discovery. You'd
I'd be famous?
You'd show them all. This does tingle the pleasure center. This would show them all. We need to get you on that list of discoverers. No question about that.
Was there more Gary follow-up? So I can hit him up at his house. Box of locusts. Town check was this one?
Officer! God damn it. Pull yourself together, René. What do you
Something
want?
you tell me about this rifle? Hold the antique firearm.
It's a Bell McGrave. 4.46 caliber. Breech loading. Revachol made. Good weapon. Accurate and reliable.
His moves are quick and precise as he first checks the weapon, then aims it at the sea. This man knows firearms intimately.
This one's inoperable. The bolt spring is missing and the mechanism is jammed shut. Still a beauty. Where did you find her?
What do you mean find? This is my rifle. I always have it with me. In the basement there, point to the bookshop.
I'm not surprised. There are probably lots of forgotten wartime weapons lying around here. Back in the day, everyone had something stashed away. As for the rifle, I don't know what else to tell you. These BM-446s are an antique. No one uses them anymore. The ammunition is impossible to find.
I found you a new brûlée. Pull out the ball.
What is this? Are you mocking us? This isn't for pétanque.
Now. No need to get angry again, René. I'm sure the officer tried his best. It's not like there's a bull kiosk here in Martinez.
Not gonna be an alternative, that's just taking it. I'm very sorry, it's the best I could find.
The best, huh? This isn't even a bull. But fine. I guess you did attempt to right your hooliganism. Consider it forgiven.
Composure. For your time.
Trying to sneak up on me again? Trying to snuff me out? Get away, pig!
Time to cross the bridge again. An autosave?
The trap stands empty amongst the reeds, powdered with snow. No insect sounds or movement around. Only the reeds' melancholy rustling.
Release the locust into the empty trap.
The locusts, dazed from being transported, slowly begin to acclimate to their new surroundings. They're not really going to get the chance to get comfortable here.
Good. Now that's done. When do you think we will return to our impending apocalypse of a murder investigation? Don't answer that. It was a rhetorical
Was it rhetorical?
Question. He doesn't want to. But if there is one more cryptozoological runaround, he must force the investigation back on track. This better be it.
Inside the boat seems recently tarred.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer?
I'm looking for someone, actually.
Oh? Who?
That's it, I'm not looking for anyone else right now.
Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
Suggestion? Needs to go on a date with someone with another drunk badly? What? Change my mind. I'd like to sign the document. Yeah, who do I need to sign the documents? Fine. Just a match between. Open the balcony. Want someone to sign the document instead of intended signees. Isabel and Lillian on the nameless fishing village down the coast to sign Everett's document once signatures are secured. Mail the documents to Everett's accountant using the mailbox in the plaza in front of the whirling. I'm spiteful enough to sign forged signature.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope, a 12 to 40 month construction period, and the zoning plan in the addendum.
Oof. Alright, time to do it.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. With a confident flourish, you complete your forgery.
Oof.
What do you see on the signature line?
2 names, Isabel Sadie and Leanne Carter.
Indeed, they look distinctly different and very convincing. These might as well be their actual signatures, but they're not, and the document will be nullified if they dispute it. That means Everett will have to start over. All you need to do now is mail the signatures to Everett's accountant in La Delta.
Right.
There was a mail delivery box in the plaza, near the corner of the bookstore.
Put the documents back in the envelope. Alright. Oh yeah, the freaking poopy jacket.
As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound. It's probably better that...
Tate Church, smallest church in St. Sands. Bars and mood box supply.
There's no way to listen to the tape without a working tape player or portal reel at hand. But even just holding the tape makes you feel a little sad. A pawn shop would have a tape player.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you
Found this
with?
jacket, but it's filthy. Could you wash it for me?
I can wash it for you, but it's going to take about a half an hour. Think you can stay put for that long?
I could use a breather. It's been another track and field day.
Rubbing his thighs. Yeah, I'll wait.
Well, hand it over then, and I'll see what I can do. Must say, I'm proud of this one. It's pretty nice underneath all that filth. I hope you'll have an easier life in your hands.
Thank you. Pain threshold. Always hot. Man, this is turning me into a beast. The fallen pants and the fallen shoots. Okay, almost got the whole fallen outfit on. Oh, gross. There we go. How are my freaking brain things doing? Small instrument.
All the traps are stopped now, and still no sight of the Phasmid.
Yeah, let Morel know. Oh, I gotta try and play. I gotta play the tape. Dribble between the thighs of a age 3 girl. The disco. Oh wait, do I have enough? What did I need to talk to you?
Now it's
Empathy?
turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
Empathy. Alright, I got some empathy for you.
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your
What do you
mind?
see in his eyes?
In his eyes, an unfamiliar longing. Flecks of brown and gold.
Interesting.
It's hard to say. His gaze wanders southwest, down the street that goes beyond the
It's in the
horizon.
southwest.
Excuse me?
Or just from his reverie?
A flinch jolts his frame. The question has touched a nerve.
You know, I get longing. I've felt something similar since I woke up.
Man, I don't know what to say. Not much anyone can do. There's no helping in absence, you know. I miss my family.
Oh.
They're all I have. My wife, second kid on the way, waiting all the way in Diora. And here I am stuck in this shit, so far from
Diora?
home. Diora of the Seven Seas. It's on the other end of Le Caillou, pretty much. On another island called Laurentide, off mainland. We've got a little place there. Can almost hear my kid laugh when it snows.
What's it like to miss someone?
What's it like? Good. And bad. An ache that brings you joy. I think of them a lot. I dream up these silly scenarios in great detail of living with them. It comforts me.
Nice.
What about you, Cop Man? You missing someone?
Is that what it is? This
Yeah.
feeling? No, it's scarier than that. You're pursued by a hunter, smelling of apricots and sorrow, and the past.
I miss someone, but I don't know who it is.
I feel for you, my friend. It's bad enough to know who you miss. Missing like that doesn't feel like it has much of an upside.
Yeah.
But, thanks for this. It's nice to talk to someone, and I know it wasn't easy to ask. I hope you find your way through your own troubles.
Thanks for now. Encyclopedia? Conceptualization. Oh, electrochemical. Backyard wall. Away the map wall. Looks like I need some conceptualization. I have 2 points in visual calculus? I was going to do physical instrument as well. Alright, I'm writing this down. Journal time. Conceptualization. Physical instrument. I want another point in empathy. Okay. Where's this mailbox? Oh, it's in front of this mailbox.
The dented yellow mailbox greets you with its graffito and bullet holes in the front.
I knew we'd get to use this mailbox for something.
Yes, for sending mail.
Drop the white envelope in the mailbox.
You drop the white envelope in the darkness. It lands with a soft thud on what sounds like a couple of letters. About a week's worth of mail as collected in there. They'll empty this very soon. Probably did the right thing. You can't trust that slug, Everard. You know he's going to play you somehow.
Yep.
All right, let's go back to Everard. If we don't mention anything to him, he won't know before it's too late.
Right. There's a couple checks in here, right?
The display rack is brimming with worn...
The phone jacket? Main threshold.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Hyundai somewhere.
Do any of these books call out to me?
A twinge at the back of your head makes you flinch. Your eye starts twitching. Your hand reaches toward a book with glossy cover art of the very muscular man from Hyundai in chains, kneeling in front of a staircase leading to a throne. A woman sits on the throne, leering at the man. She's laughing at him, belittling him. Between the throne and the Hyundai man lies a bonfire, casting shadows on the wall. The shadow of the woman's headdress looks like a pair of devil horns. The title reads, Man from Hyundai and the Devil Woman.
Interesting.
The display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Hyundai novels.
Do I want to buy all these books?
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
Board games do you have here?
Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure, or perhaps you'd like Archipelagos of Insulinda, a very educational game for those interested in geography.
Okay.
Raubritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children.
Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends or family?
Oh, I have children, a family?
It certainly feels like whatever you are will die with you.
I don't feel as if I have any kids. I don't feel as if I have any kids.
Friends are technically like family.
Fiddles with her pen thinking.
For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations. It'll cost 12 real.
What about all these viral things?
Lousy auras there. No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know, who are into those kind of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all. I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts.
Oh, of course.
That they have rituals where they try to summon entities. Highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them, though.
Okay, bye for now. Hey, wait, where'd your daughter? Your daughter just disappeared. The same person ever put their head in such a machine?
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the supposedly stalwart Vespertine detective Dick Mullen.
Keeper, what's all this?
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective.
What do I need for Dick Mullen?
Shelves full of biographies of famous people, whoever they are.
Anything note on the shelves?
I would say... The Greatest Innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool, delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power.
Who or what is an innocent?
A very influential historical figure. But surely I don't have to tell you that. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education. The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentic system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of
So you
things.
recommend it?
Certainly. It's prudent for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society. Imagine the chaos we'd be in otherwise.
You feel like you should get this one. Definitely. It's important somehow. There's something personal inside.
I'm interested in the Greatest Innocence book.
A true cultural touchstone. Enjoy the read.
Bye.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
What books are these?
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. That wisdom is not for free. I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh no!
Alright, I want to buy medicinal purposes of the pale.
Indeed. Something about that book does seem to have spoken to you. Well, I hope it contains what you're looking for.
Thanks.
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
Buy these maps?
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though.
Seem to us our resources, but sure, okay.
Yes, yes. Are you interested or not?
Two books to interact with. Encyclopedia. Oh, the hat gave me one more encyclopedia. There we go. +1 to indirect modes of taxation. I want the empathy boots. Alright, let's go talk to a smoker. Everything I need? Logic. I'll go with the empathy glasses.
Gendarmerie, you found me.
The man on the balcony gives you a bright smile before taking another drag from his cigarette.
It feels like a Friday. He seems to be in a good mood tonight. And his shirt is still unbuttoned.
Found a key hidden under your stone. Was it yours?
It was mine. My friends use it from time to time to visit me.
It looks as you something sparkle in his eyes.
So tell me, are you here to make things right again?
That's what I'm aiming for, yes.
Beautiful.
He says again, a nearby street lamp casts shadow on a chin, drawing on the slender cheekbones.
I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting.
It's Friday tonight. It feels like Friday.
Yeah, it does feel like the end of the week. Such gentle weather.
Why would I want to meet your friend?
Trust me, you do.
Very well, I'll talk to him, but first I want to talk to you. I have so many questions.
That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me.
Oh, well, before I talk to your friend, let's get some water. Oh, let's talk to your friend. Let's talk to your friend.
He takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette and looks around. It's getting dark, and the neighboring windows have lit up, one by one.
Besides, I've got to run.
He's going to leave you alone again. That's sad. Something tells you you're never going to talk to an individual this cool or mysterious ever
Run
again.
where?
To the city. It's a beautiful night.
Okay, if you promise to talk again, it's important.
Something flutters in the corner of the lieutenant's mouth as you're saying those words.
We'll talk. Just not tonight. Take care, alright?
He says with another disarming smile before slipping into the night. There's something different about him, and I can't put my finger on it.
Different, of course.
I like talking to him. There's something mysterious about the way he talks and moves. Oh.
You like talking to him?
Lieutenant squints his eyes, holding back some laughter. He makes me feel special.
it made you feel special.
He's barely holding it together. It's all he can do to keep from bursting out in laughter.
Come on, detective, let's go. We've got a potential witness to interview. His Sunday friend,
That was the
remember?
department before you. Alright.
You want to text your mom real quick and just make sure your dad's not going to be like driving for the next 3 days?
Oh,
So then should I tell Katie to wait till tomorrow then?
No. Go away.
Well, I'll tell her to wait till I tell her when then. She
No.
has to place the order.
Go order them for Friday.
What if your dad's like in Arizona? That's what I mean. Like, see if he's going to be driving for the next.
No, I mean it wouldn't be on a Friday.
You're 100% sure?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. And I'll tell her to order.
Cool. Empty ashtray. Dishes soaked up in the bun. Ensure the progress will naturally follow. Flyers, the underground parties. What's under his bed? Hat. Is a canopy made of metal? A kimono? A photo of the same apartment dated in year 1? Buckets of paint on layers. Old newspaper. Hello!
Officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
Man in business casual removes his cufflinks.
You shouldn't be seeing him in an intimate setting. For some reason, you feel this man is your superior. Superior, but he's not in the command chain. His hands are clean and well manicured. This is a man who knows the importance of appearances.
Interesting.
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stabilité on assignment from Sur-la-Clé.
Okay.
I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I am here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging.
No, first ask an innocuous personal question to get the interview off on the right foot. Yes, make it clear you're the one setting the terms here.
Before we get to this, tell me, how do you get this beautiful silk robe? We'll get to that right after you tell me the story behind the black Samsaran hat. Samaran?
I got it from the head of the Samaran delegation on my trip to Lomantang. It's made from a special charcoal-colored bamboo. It's an emblem of the formal normalization of our diplomatic relations. That's really all I can tell you about it.
He forms on a rooftop on his fingers, cool air sweeping from under the balcony.
That didn't work at all. The lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods to you to proceed.
What's an official like you doing in Martinez?
The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled. The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight.
What is this international community? What is the price stabilité?
It is the most important thing.
It doesn't tell me anything.
It's the central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price stability is essential to maintaining high levels of economic activity, which is essential for maintaining high levels of employment, which is essential for maintaining the social stability.
Basically, it makes sure the price of bread doesn't change.
Précisément.
Précisément.
Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation, it becomes too cheap for bakers to produce. That's why the Institute of Price Stabilité works to keep inflation just below 2%.
This is fascinating, but I wanted to ask you 2% of what?
But not too far below. No. Too below is also bad. Below but close to 2%.
You're not answering my questions at all.
The coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the price stability. Transparency is one of our principles. Would you like an informational pamphlet?
Yeah, sure. Give me a leaflet.
A sound monetary policy is essential for addressing uncertainty. Stability is the raison d'être of the moral intern. It's the reason why I identify as a moralist. But oh, I don't have my leaflets on me today. That's too bad. You can always call our information line. Making information available is part of the moral intern's commitment to transparency.
I've heard about this moral intern before, but I want to know more.
It's the International Organization for Moralists, hence Moralist International. The Institute of Price Stability is just one of its many mind babies, as is the coalition.
Oh, so we're actually working for the moral intern? That doesn't seem so bad.
There are more nefarious powers to work for than the moral intern.
Back to the Sunday friend. Are you a moralist?
But of course.
But why?
Because moralists believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values.
Are you a moralist, Kim?
Me?
You've managed to catch the lieutenant off guard, but only for a moment. He quickly recomposes himself.
I'm a lieutenant of the RCM, dedicated to maintaining law and order in Ravachol.
A very moralist answer.
The lieutenant is practiced in the art of putting on a show for one's
What is a
superiors.
normal, stable world?
The Occident is part of the normal world. Oranje, sur la clé.
Martinez doesn't seem very normal or stable to me.
Martinez? No. Martinez is something.
What about the rest of Revachol? Is it part of the normal world?
Revachol is generally difficult. It's led by an interim government, which means it hasn't yet achieved full democracy. But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking.
Elysium are proving not. Moralism is an idea of foreign occupiers. Revachol must be governed by Revacholians. Democracy is a meaningless sham as long as the working class is under the boot heel of capital. It's like every time I'm talking to people, I'm choosing option D, none of the above. Is that moralism? I don't think I'm a moralist. Moralism sounds incredibly boring. I want more action. Democracy is meaningless sham just as long as the working class is under the boot heel of capital.
Of course, the detective's personal views do not represent the views of the RCM.
Ah, my friend. But the lesson of the revolution is that communism does not work.
It didn't work because the coalition crushed it violently. Ever tried real communism yet? Are you telling me this world here is working out well?
It's moving towards the right direction, and that's all that matters.
Is it?
Progress is measured in centimeters, my friend. Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
What is this international community?
La Communauté Internationale is what Revacholians colloquially call the coalition. In other words, the nations that stopped the disaster of the revolution.
And what do I call the coalition?
Your employer, technically speaking. The governing authority of Revachol. The RCM is but one part of this provisional administration.
You're some kind of bureaucrat.
Yes, as I said before, I am a commissioner from Sur-la-Clé working for the Institute of Price Stability. This is one of the main projects of the Moral Inter.
Tell me about Sur la Clef.
What's there to say? Sur-la-Clé is a modern, urbanized country that measures very high on the Human Development and Freedom Index. Mostly, though, it's known as the executive heart of EPIS. Moreover, it is a great sponsor of less emerged countries. Revachol is only one of its many darlings whose progress it supports and cherishes.
What makes Revachol Sur la Clef's darling?
Because a great percentage of Revachol's culture hails from Sur-la-Clé. Its language, its people, its cuisine even. Or at least in the downtown La Delta area.
Tell me about Aurigny.
Oranje is an exemplary nation who, as a core member of EPIS, contributes 28% of our annual budget. Next to Sur-la-Clé, Oranje is probably the most prominent member of the international community.
Which one of them is more EPIS?
As founding members, they are both very EPIS. Oranje carries a lot of political weight, while Sur-la-Clé takes care of the business side of things. Sur-la-Clé hosts the headquarters of the major EPIS institutions.
Okay, but outside of Epis, what is Oranje?
Oranje's economy is one of the most advanced in the world. It has successfully transitioned from heavy industry to advanced services and generally acts as an engine for sustainable change in the international community.
Can you just talk like a normal person?
About what?
About Oranje, just tell me what it's like there.
Oh, it's very urban and very well organized. Their streets are clean, their horse cars run on time, the people are polite and efficient. Like I said, they are an example for less emerged nations to follow.
Okay, but what are you doing here in this apartment?
Well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the coalition forces landed here.
Right.
You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived.
Let's talk about something else.
Whatever you wish, officer.
Can you tell me about your friend?
My friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not been easy for him. But he understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands, and that's all that matters.
What's Kedra?
Kedra is a candidate member of APIS. But
what does EPIS stand for?
Their potential membership is a more contentious.
What do you mean?
That it's never going to happen. They enter negotiations in 21, and it's been pending ever since.
What's this EPIS thing you keep talking about?
EPIS is a very special program developed by the Moral Intern to support certain Occidental nations. It began as a unified system of weights and measures, which proved to be a wild success. Nothing but kilograms and centimeters as far as the eye can see.
God, yes. Sweet standardization. The backbone of rationality and commerce.
It was such a wild success that we expanded it into an economic union for the processing of steel. Another success. And between you and me, the Moral Intern feels emboldened by this success. Emboldened to take EPIS to the next level.
Okay, but what does it stand for?
Why, it stands for progress and stability, like the Moral Intern as a whole.
No, but what do the letters stand for?
It's been such a wild, extraordinary success thus far. We are very excited to take it to the next level.
You don't even hear the words I'm saying, do you?
A supranational political alliance. The United States of Occident.
They're going to be like this place here?
You mean Revachol? No, it's going to have transparency.
Is Revachol going to be part of EPIS?
It's one day going to be a candidate member of EPIS, sure.
Did you say the candidate members never become real members?
No. Candidate members do become members. Why do we even have the whole system in place if they don't? It just takes time. Time and evaluation. But we were talking about my friend here, not politics.
How did you two even become friends?
How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulindian Peninsula? Oil platforms ablaze in the night? Civil wars lasting for years? Finally, the international community is forced to step in.
What are you talking about? No one becomes friends that way.
Au contraire. It's how millions of people end up where they are. Meeting the people they meet. It's how I came here. And my friend, too.
You still haven't told me who he is.
Sorry. Who?
Your friend, the smoker on the balcony. We were just talking about him.
But I told you, officer. He's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Education is the foundation of our future.
They're doing some politics bullshit where he doesn't actually answer the question you asked. Fine, but what's his real name?
Officer, you have to understand. I can't give you his personal information. I'm sure you have your own methods and databases, right? Please don't put me in this situation.
All you can tell me about him is that he's here to study the arts.
He's deeply enmeshed in the study of the fine arts.
Which arts?
He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design, printmaking, who knows? The world is open wide for a talented youth like him.
What are you doing in his apartment by yourself?
I'm just enjoying the view.
Enjoying the view? There's a dead body hanging in the tree.
A dead body we still need to get down, by the way.
Yeah.
Listen.
What? I'm not hearing anything.
The Insulindian Bay.
I was asking about your friend.
My friend comes and goes. I'm sure you'll see him around. He's a busy bee.
I had something else in mind.
I'm all ears, officer.
You actually witnessed the lynching?
I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
This is just gonna break what we were looking for. This is just the break we were looking for.
Easy, detective. No need to jump to conclusions.
Is it because you did it, Mr. Villadruin? No. Start from the beginning if you don't mind.
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play.
He holds out his hands and blossoms his fingers, like a drama teacher setting the
Oh
scene.
dear God.
What do you mean, like in a play?
It was just so strange. I could barely comprehend what was happening. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead, one by one. That's when I understood. I should not be seeing this.
Sounds like the victim was unconscious, or at least incapacitated. Well done, detective.
Who were they? Can you describe them?
I couldn't see their faces well, and there were quite a few of them. But they were very loud and very martinet.
Pauses, looking for the right word.
Let's just say that the laboring classes can get rather expressive with their profanity.
How many of them were there?
I couldn't tell you exactly. Less than 10. Maybe
Sure.
8.
The lieutenant sends you a sharp look at the mention of that number.
Any of them look like drummers?
Drummers? Why, no. But then, I don't know what a drummer is supposed to look like.
I think we can drop the drummer angle. That was my bad.
What happened next?
I went back inside.
Were you able to see anything from inside?
Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see, but I could still hear their voices. They were threatening to kill that poor man.
Were they men, women?
All men, I presume. But again, I couldn't see very clearly.
Thanks for the help.
But we are fairly certain the lady driver was present.
Are you sure at least one of them wasn't a woman?
It's possible, officer, but I cannot say with certainty. It was very dark, you must
What
remember.
ethnicity were they?
I believe they were mostly white, though I believe I saw 2 Areopagites among them. And I am quite certain that one spoke with a Mesk accent.
What happened next?
Well, that's the strangest part, officer. Nothing happened. It was oddly quiet for a public lynching.
What do you mean nothing happened? They lynched a guy.
Eventually, their shouts died down, and that was all. There were no gunshots, no celebratory shouts, no anything.
Why didn't you call the RCM?
You're right, of course. That is what one is supposed to do in such circumstances. I was simply in shock. I'm afraid I don't have anything else to add.
About what time was all this happening, approximately?
All I can say is that it was...
You didn't check your watch?
My watch? Yes, now I remember. It was 30 minutes past midnight, give or take.
Let me get this straight. You didn't actually witness the hanging itself, did you?
No, I didn't see the corpse until the following day.
It seems this wasn't the break you were hoping for. I think we have everything we need. Thank you for talking to us, Mr. Villedroit.
Of course. Anything I can do to assist the RCM.
Thanks, that's all I need.
A moment, officer. Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave.
Why can't we talk later?
It's against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local militiamen. And I'm pressed for time. After you leave, I should be leaving as well.
That's not the real reason he's so apprehensive. Men in his position shouldn't be seen loitering around in underprivileged young men's apartments in the middle of the night.
I'm not going anywhere. I just want to take a look around in the apartment. Thanks for the heads up, but my work here is done.
Of course. I'm sorry I couldn't be the break you were looking for. Good luck with the investigation.
Thank you. +1 logic, -1 suggestion. Hey, yo! Probably shouldn't wear that. Are we talking to Kim again? Okay, that was useless.
The door is closed again.
Delivery was
Nothing to do
$30.
here anymore.
We're gonna pick him up on Saturday.
Okay, good.
Okay, good.
Please sound running water, someone's washing dishes.
Trying to sneak up on me.
What kind of check was this?
Just an ordinary wall.
Conceptualization.
Nothing to see here.
Oh yeah, I wanted to talk to... the painter. I saw her red paint in several places. Orenier. Clausia? Man, what else? Running out of angles.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
What are you doing to the wall?
Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
I have an opinion on this. Want to hear it?
Yeah?
I love public art. Don't mind us keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks.
You've lessened her desire.
I put Kim to bed. What do I want to put? Point in physical instrument. Empathy. lost empathy.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad. Kuno doesn't give a fuck about
Anybody
anything.
connect with him?
You were too pushy last time. Think this through. Try to really understand the psychological bond Kuno has with Kuno.
Okay, so what's the deal with Kuno as?
Just look. While Kuno has no problem being near you, she always hides behind the fence, afraid for her life. Like she's done something very bad. She came up with that psychopathic scheme also. And then there's the fact that she's an all in all. Kuno respects madness.
Fuck you whispering about?
Whisper, whisper.
He's whispering too. He's going with it. But watch what happens.
Fuck you whispering about.
If Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay? Let's whisper, pig.
This is it. You've got him. But be careful. You can still fuck this up. Don't make Kuno look bad in this.
What's up with her? She's terrifying. Crazy scary.
Crazy? You don't know the half of it. She's not crazy. She's insane.
Dangerous.
She smoked a man. She's done people in. Probably even pigs.
Stop talking to him. Kuno, I'm fucking warning you. You're gonna get us into shit.
She understands what you're trying to do.
Yo, see? Did Kuno not tell you? Kuno told you. Kuno talks to whoever he wants. Talk, pig. Kuno's got it under control.
Just again.
You did it. They're separated. He's even turned his back to her so she can't read his lips.
What do you mean she smoked someone?
Kuno means she killed someone. That's right. She's a killer. Like, actually a killer.
He's meant everything he said before. But right now, he not only means it, he is sincere.
Isn't she too smart over it? You're serious about this killing business.
Killing is serious shit. Kuno's always serious about the 488.
What?
She's probably killed a pig too. I mean, I'm pretty sure she has.
She hasn't killed any police officers.
I knew you pigs were too naive for this shit. Good thing Kuno's got her under control. Kuno keeps it calm.
Feels eyes in the back of his head and stops.
A cop would be too large for her to overpower, but a determined child of her size can still kill the vulnerable, the elderly, the homeless, or other children. The creature peers at you both from over the fence. There is something searching in her eyes.
Kuno, do you think it's possible she's killed other children?
Kuno falls silent. He does not look at you when he replies.
Kuno, that's it. That's what Kuno is starting to think, yeah.
Do you think she has anything to do with the dead man?
Kuno wasn't around, and C was with Kuno. Told you this already.
Where were you?
Look, Kuno's gonna put you at ease. We didn't do it.
He speaks the truth, my liege.
You said she's insane?
Yeah, she's psycho. None of that kiddie psycho. Cat burning shit. She does the real deal.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What's the real deal?
Snuff radio shit. Believe me, pig. You don't want to know.
What's the language she uses?
Fuck knows. She says it's the song of her people or some shit. Crazy people. The fucking Nakis. I don't know.
Some things are too awful to dwell on. The Nakis and Runkaris might be some kind of defense mechanism.
Is she your sister?
Fuck no, she's not my sister. She's just a stray who got in. Like a mad dog or some
Stray?
shit. Yeah, she was just there.
What's in the apartment behind the building fence?
What was that, Kuno?
The little one twists her neck looking at the building.
She was in the hallway, dripping wet, by the fucking shoe rack, in the dark.
Why was she dripping wet?
Kuno's got no fucking idea. Her hair was all wet. I think she pissed on the floor too. She was there for 3 days, in the corner, every time Kuno went out.
You said she got in, how?
I don't know. Someone left the door open. Kuno comes home and she's sleeping under the desk, under the pile of clothes, like
What
a
about
dog.
your parents?
Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit. Doesn't even see her there, or thinks it's fucking Kuno. Shit's all on Kuno.
Kuno S. Two of a kind.
Why is she called Kuno S then?
Cause she fucking looks like Kuno.
You don't know her name?
No one knows her name. Kuno told you this shit was Psycho Killer.
Psycho Killer! How are you dealing with all this?
How's Kuno dealing? Kuno's dealing just fine. He doesn't need you fucking with any of it. C doesn't either. Kuno's got this shit under control.
You need backup. I'm here for you.
Listen. C is Kuno's go-to. Kuno's protecting her. You fuck with C, you fuck with Kuno. You threaten her. You threaten to take her away.
This is what it all comes down to. He needs you to take him seriously.
All right.
I'm going to kill you. I'll run when you put the cuffs on her. Sneak up on you later and fuck you up. You understand?
Boy looks at you in the eyes. Black pupil is trying to focus. Understood, Kuno.
All right. Now we can do business.
Business?
Yeah? What do you want? Kuno can hook you
He
up
starts no longer whispering.
Oh, don't hook him up with shit, Kuno.
See? Relax. He respects the Kuno. Kuno made him respect the Kuno. You respect the Kuno, you get all kinds of shit. Kuno's gonna get you hooked on illegal narcotics if you run a little errand for the Kuno. Get you hooked, pig. Get his hook in you. Then Kuno gonna get you hooking for more. Cash in big style. Pig hooker.
What?
See, it's tension and release with Kuno. Now we releasing. The pan buying shit, that's on now too. 90% discount for Kuno's pig. Kuno can flex. Kuno flexes for hobos. Kuno sees you're in need.
What was that about running illegal narcotics, Kuno?
Kuno gets it from his dad. Kuno and his dad are major suppliers. That's where Kuno gets his lightning on. Problem is, Kuno and his dad had a little falling out. Now junkies clawing at Kuno's door. Streets going mad. Kuno's got to throw his dirty popo man at it.
Okay.
Dirty popo man is you. In there is Kuno's violent dad on steroids. Kuno's dad does steroids and speed. If you can take him, you can have half of the speed.
Who's your dad, Kuno?
Kuno's dad is a fucking monster. He's the most violent man in Revachol. He doesn't give a shit about a single thing. He drinks too.
Are you sure you can take on the most violent man in Revachol? In your condition?
How much material are we talking about?
Like
Half of what?
A baggie, but like in this vial.
That's half a gram.
Half a
sir.
gram?
Yeah, half a G. Want it or not?
It's not very material at all.
Fuck you talking about half a G? This shit is giant, grade A shit. So clean you can barely see it.
You can barely see it because there's barely any.
Yeah, okay, I made up my mind, Kuno, and this is what's gonna happen.
Okay, Kuno's listening.
Going after the most violent man in Revachol. I'm going in here for justice. I'm a narc, Kuno. I'm gonna compensate that crap. Lie, you need speed.
Sure. Confiscate it for Kuno, and you can have half.
Alright.
So half of a half is a quarter, right? We're probably talking about $250,000 here.
Just get in the apartment building. Kuno knows you already fucked your way in. Kuno knows everything.
Aggressively points with his eyes.
Go to room 12, first floor, and kick down the door. Police violence style. Kuno style. And then it's action time. You're locked in the room with violent fuckheads. That's it. Next time Kuno sees you, you better have his shit.
What the hell are you signing us up for here?
I'm a bad addict cop and I'm going to fix. Come on, Kim. Obviously, I'm not going to take it. We need to get the drugs away from a minor.
Okay, then.
I'll buy the pants.
Here, pig. We're fun now. Performance buddies.
Kuno unzips his jacket and pulls the pants out of plastic wrapping.
Kuno can already see you soaring through the air like a fucking eagle. Pig's in Kuno's debt now. Money debt.
I'm off.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Oh, what do these boots, or what do these pants do? Holy pain. Physical instrument, alright. You wanna wear track pants? I mean, jeans are fine, right?
You see a set of
Can't
tires.
believe I missed, it's like freaking 92% or something dumb.
Hello, dear. It's good to see a familiar
Restock the
face.
empty trap, where's morale?
Thank you for doing that, dear.
Her smile is weary. Her earlier ebullience has left her.
Morel still isn't feeling well. I convinced him to stay at Gary's to get some rest. I'm afraid the cold has really gotten to him.
It's probably for the best. It's awfully cold out there in those reeds.
I'm sorry, dear. You've had to drudge through them so many times. Such is field work. A young person's game, as they say.
Her voice is shaky. What is going on here?
I was going to check the
Morel
traps.
will eventually, or we'll talk Gary into going back out, perhaps.
The lieutenant stares at his shoe, caked in mud. He doesn't say anything.
Take care of it.
That really is too much, sweetie. Thank you for your dedication, but I can see you're coming down with a cough yourself.
Very strange. Why is she not letting you do this? It's like she's given up.
Lena, what's wrong? You seem different.
Different? How?
You're not telling me the whole story.
I'm not. It's not that.
What is it?
It's a strange feeling.
Looks down, biting her lower lip.
I haven't really told this to anyone, but you are a police officer.
I am.
And when a police officer asks, you must answer.
Do you ever wonder if some lovely story from your childhood is just that? A story? Or a dream?
Often.
Seeing the Insulindian phasmid was just a story I used to tell people. I didn't really think about whether it was real or
Morel
not.
told me you'd seen it. You also told me.
Morel's so proud of it. He always tells everyone.
A terrible sting in the heart. Regret.
Are you saying you made it up? You seem to really believe it happened. Doesn't that count for something?
No, sweetie. There's more to it than that. Morel was so eager to believe my story was evidence of the phasmid's existence, that I'm some queen of the cryptozoologists. That, and for years his belief made me believe too.
That I am a queen? An extraordinary witness to grace.
But now we're both getting old, and he's still working himself sick out in those reeds looking for it. But what if I was just wrong? I think I was.
The lieutenant opens his notebook, but doesn't write anything.
First, tell her that her marriage hasn't been a lie. Oh, please make this.
An acorn is not the same as the tree. That requires time, diligence, and care.
Whether or not your relationship with Morel isn't just about the phasmid.
But it is. We've spent years searching for the phasmid, hunting it together. Without it, what are we? Just another pathetic old couple. If I hadn't led him down this path, he could have a steady job lecturing at a university.
Normally when I think about stuff like women and marriage, I feel bad. But when I think about you and Morel, I feel okay. That counts for something, no?
Oh, of course it counts for something. But we've had our hard times too.
That's down to her legs. Oof.
I was a paraplegic before we met. He didn't know before I arrived. On our first date. If I weren't the queen of the cryptozoologists, if I didn't tell him that story...
She has to swallow to relax her throat. It's keeping her from talking.
He'd still be into you, and that's not how these things work.
Maybe. But then why do I not dare tell him? I've wasted enough of your time with this drama. I really must stop talking about it lest I start crying and waste more of your time. What you have to know is the Insulindian phasmid probably does not exist. Let us fools chase our ghosts. There are a million better things to do with your life.
Thing is, you're not sure you made it up either?
I'm not sure of anything. Sometimes I still see it, you know. The real memory. Not the memory of the memory, but it's so hard to tell the two apart. Either way, I should go. Poor Morel is running a fever, and I need to get him home to Jamrock before we overstay our welcome with Gary.
Are you sure you don't need help getting to Gary's?
Oh no, thank you, but I can get there on my own. This old thing is gas-powered. And then a taxi home. It's not so bad.
You do that, I'll check the traps one more time.
Really?
Oh, sweetie. Please don't get stuck on a dream. Take it from me and
Your
Morel.
address, just in case that there's news.
Okay, it's 1113 Tabernacle Road, Jamrock, but...
A sigh. She doesn't think you'll need it.
Be careful out there, Lena.
You too, sweetie. Thank you for everything, truly. Even though it turned out to be a...
Sentence remains unfinished.
A lie? Like that, she drives off. The gas engine putters quietly as she gets to the doors, then pushes them open. Outside, the cold, coastal wind blows.
We should go too.
Physical? Instrument?
The door is closed.
muscle that door yet?
Hey, was there something you needed?
Well, well. Bringing him that new bird sure made a difference in his attitude.
Be afraid to say weird things. People are more forgiving to person. No! Oh, dear God. When did I save? Oh, no! $20. Oh God. I have to talk to Kuno again?
Kuno's like Kuno's dad?
You were too pushy, just look. She calls, and then all in all, Kuno respects Mad.
Fuck you whispering about?
He's whispering too. He's going with it.
If Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay? Let's whisper, pig.
This is it. You've got him. She
Talk, pig.
Skip.
You did it. They're separate.
Kuno.
He's meant everything he said before. But right now, he not only means it, he is sincere.
Fucking yeah. Kuno knows you don't want to face this right now. This dark shit. Kuno faces this shit every day. Makes Kuno's skin crawl. She's probably killed a pig too. I mean, I'm pretty sure she has. I knew you, pig.
A cop would... The creature peers at you both from over Kuno.
Kuno, there. Kuno, look.
He speaks the truth.
Yeah, she's psycho. Yeah. Snuff radio shit. Fuck no, crazy.
Some things are too awful.
Fuck no. Yeah. What? She was in the hallway, dripping wet, by the fucking shoe rack,
there?
in the dark.
The janitor's closet?
Yeah, that's the place. She was just balled up near the closet. Kuno's gone. I don't know. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit. Doesn't.
Kuno S.
Cause she fuck. No one knows her name. Kuno told you. How's Kuno's got this shit under control?
Needs professional help. You can't do this alone.
Listen.
This is what...
I'm going to kill you. I'll run when you put the cuffs on her, sneak up on you later, and fuck you up. You understand? Alright, now we can do business. Yeah? See, it's tension and release with Kuno. Kuno flexes for hobos. Kuno, here, pig, Kuno can already see you. Kuno, get problem is, Kuno and his dad had a little falling out. Now Junkie's clawing at Kuno's dirty popo man is you. In there is Kuno's dad.
Are you sure you can take on the most
Like half a baggy.
That's half a...
Yeah, half a G. Fuck you.
You can barely see it, because...
Okay, Kuno's listening. Sure.
So hard.
Just get in the go to room 12. That's it.
What the hell are you signing us up for here?
Come on, Kim.
Okay then.
Kuno
doesn't effing care. Move. Not Do that? Oh my god, if I miss this freaking check.
Hello, dear.
Her smile.
Morel still isn't feeling well. I convinced him to stay.
Her voice. The lieutenant stares. Very strange. Why is she
different, Lena?
Different? How?
Telling me the whole story.
And when
Seeing the Morel.
a terrible sting in the heart. Regret.
Saying you made it up?
No, at least I don't think I did, but Morel was so eager to believe my story was evidence of the Phasmid's existence that I'm so...
That I am a queen.
But now...
The lieutenant opens his notebook, but doesn't write anything. An acorn is not the same as the tree. That requires time, diligence,
I need something good here.
all qualities these two seem to share in abundance.
Wrong or not, your relationship with Morel isn't about the Phasmid.
But it is. If I had it... Oh, I'll...
She has to swallow to relax her throat. It's keeping her from talking.
What you have to know is the Insulindian Phasmid probably does not exist. Let us fools chase our ghosts. There are a million better things to do with your life.
You're right about all of this, and I need to get back to my work.
I'm not sure. Either way, I should... Oh no, thank you, but I can get there on my own. This old thing is
Check the traps once
gas-powered.
more.
And then a taxi. Oh, sweetie.
A sigh. She
Careful.
doesn't think.
You too,
A dream. A lie. Like that. She drives off. The gas engine sputters quietly
God, that's
as
loud.
she gets to the doors, then pushes them open. Outside the cold.
We should go too.
Go. Save it.
A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges, secured to the doorframe with a safety chain. An unpaid energy bill is attached, threatening to cut off the electricity.
Looks like we,
It's addressed to Mr. Uno Doroita.
so we found Kuno's dad lives.
And the place comes with 3 months' worth of utility bills.
Not lightly.
No response. You'll need to equip the chain cutters to enter. Snip right through the metal. A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges, secured to the doorframe with a safety chain. It should be
What?
easy, but it's just an awkward angle, okay?
92%.
The door doesn't really open wide enough to really get the cutters through. You can't get the leverage you need. And the cutters are blunt. And the chain is just super strong, okay? It's not your fault you can't cut it.
Trouble with the chain, officer?
Just not good with my hands.
Well, no, I guess not.
You can't stand for that. Come on, show him what you can really do.
I won't be beat by a goddamn door.
Snip. So much for that goddamn chain.
Thank you.
The links fall to the ground on the other side of the door. You have bested the titanium menace.
I know there's no stopping you, but let's at least make this quick.
A phone book lies open on the table, covering a stack of utility bills. Right next to it, in plain sight, sits a small bottle of amphetamine, conveniently equipped with a straw.
I've located the psychoactive substance on this table.
You pocket the bottle as if it were the most natural thing in the world.
Glossy erotica covers the walls. Oh! Here stinks something sour. Took this dude's jeans? Composure.
A bundle of clothes heaped on the bed, a stained parka, some towels and a duvet, some socks even.
Look at the pile of clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Slowly reach your hand out.
Something underneath there is breathing. It's not too late. No one's going to blame you for backing out. You don't have to do this. Just get
Keep
out.
extending your hand towards the pile.
Your hand touches a greasy duvet covered in cigarette burns and ketchup stains. You hear a growl. There is something alive underneath
Pull the
it.
blanket on.
You see a 60-year-old, fat, red-headed man passed out from large amounts of alcohol and God knows what else. The smell of shit rises from his mouth. You don't have to take him down. He's already down.
Kim, is this thing even alive? Maybe we should help him somehow?
What is there to do? We could turn him on his side so he doesn't choke on his own vomit, but he's already on his side.
Excellent for him.
We could take him to Remedy or Saint-Baptiste, but he doesn't have money for medical services. The almshouse would turn him down. They don't do charity for people who are trying to kill themselves. Besides, he'd be dead in a few.
Lieutenant stops.
The pile of blankets grunts miserably.
Is Kuno's father?
Silence. Only heat emanates from the sleeping
Trying to
body.
figure out what he's saying.
The man groans once again, but his tongue keeps failing him. It's impossible to make out the syllables. A hand emerges from the blankets, trying to gesticulate something. And then it dawns upon you, clear and surreal. Pigs, he says. He's trying to call you pigs.
You're awake. He's awake.
His hand falls back on the bed, limp and defeated. A loud snore escapes his mouth. He's asleep again.
At least he got to say his piece.
Leave. Just took that dude's pants. You think Kuno's dad will be awake in the morning?
The door is closed again.
I can fast travel, right? I can fast travel to church, but I can't fast travel.
It's getting cold. This late in the night. Time to call it a
Night,
day.
Tim, send him away.
Good night, officer. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
Low on morale. Points into volition.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's in your mind, officer?
She needs to go on a date with another drunk. Suggestion.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's in your mind,
Do I
officer?
want to try this? Want to try going on a date? I try it.
Oh yes, she does. You need to get your drink on. There is no other way for human beings to procreate.
That's the Donovan
Not after
line.
6,000 years of yeast cultivation-based mating rituals.
I like you, but I'm afraid to be around you because you're a woman. I want to be close to you, but there's but one way to intimacy. There's but one way to intimacy.
Alcohol? Connect? I'm not sure I'm following you. That's a good impression. You really cracked me up, officer. Now, how can I help you?
She doesn't even understand you asked her out. Perhaps you're too sober to pull it off right now. Try again later.
Suggestion now. Okay. What did I want to do while what's his name's asleep? Wait, do I have a mirror in this room?
It's getting cold. On the table, you see a bowl of water. The water reflects back. You almost look the beardless nature of...
Oh, there isn't a mirror here.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see your reflection in it. The expression fixed to your clean-shaven face. You're still not accustomed to it.
Electrochemistry.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see your reflection in it. The expression fixed to your clean-shaven
wow.
face. You're still not
I have
accustomed to it.
5. Oh wow, still need freaking doubles to it? No. Let the mirror be for now. Electrochemistry? What do I need for, what was it, suggestion check? Choices of volition check? Suggestion. Volition check. What am I wearing? Volition check. Alright. Save, it's been 15 minutes.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
I found my badge, by the way.
Of course.
Don't.
Of course. How else can I help? What would you like? Good. What we...
She nods.
More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
What is this? Escarped a corpse.
Glad to have been of assistance. You're back. Good. What can I help you with? More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
It remains a mystery what you mean by this something close.
Glad to have been Of course. Of course.
She...
Of course, Detective. You can always drop by. Of course. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
Vigilantes. The RCM gets their authority from the pollution. Where do they get theirs from?
Somehow, I doubt that lecturing them on the legitimate use of force will persuade them to stand down.
That's too clear in the moment.
That's wise. Our goal is... I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news.
Motorway south.
Hey!
The lone vector stretches in your mind's eye into the wild pale yonder, for an unimaginable distance, forgetting, until you can no longer remember anything. No cities, no mountains, no oceans, and finally, no vector. Nothing remains. A blank space with no point of reference, where only one type of motion is possible. The motion of a human throat, swallow in, and then it comes to you. To reach the end of the motorway south is to be unborn. You've had this thought before, while aimlessly wandering the streets of Jamrock. A lost piece of the man you were. A dark hope.
Okay. Specialize it. Yeah, I definitely need to put a point in specialization. Impossible electrochemistry check. The backyard wall. So it says most coalition medium. Legendary shivers check.
Whoa, what have we
A
here?
bridge?
A bridge with loose nails and rotten-infested wood that creaks in the wind. A construction code violation if there ever was one.
I'm a Revacholian badass. Guess I'll take my chances.
Guess so. Just be careful out there. One false step could cost you dearly.
Oh, I didn't call in the body. Alright, get ready for bed.
It's getting cold. This late in the night. Time to call it a day.
And we get to read some books. I read books in the morning? Small green book giving off a peculiar foreboding impression, although it's hard to figure out why. It describes various ways of healing deliberate ailments through the use of pale, which have some sound plausible at best.
Medicinal purposes of the pale. The cover of this heavy tome features a number of esoteric symbols. Flipping through the book, you find a number of sections on the general benefits of the pale. A large pharmacopoeia makes up nearly half of the book.
What's a pharmacopoeia?
You come across the following explanation. While modern pharmacopoeia are continually updated by so-called experts based on the results of clinical trials, readers will find assembled here the timeless wisdom relied upon by generations of traditional Seolite medicine practitioners, Mesk mystics, and Ilmaran folk doctors.
Alright.
Finally, something to calm the angry spirits that have been plaguing you. It seems to contain descriptions of the medicinal properties of various ingredients that may be gathered from the pail, as well as instructions for producing a variety of herbal remedies.
Is there anything in there about restoring lost memories?
There are a number of CO-like tonics that promise to improve your short-term memory, but nothing that speaks to your
I just
condition.
want something that will soothe the restless torment of my existence. Anything about curing an apocalyptic hangover?
There's nothing in here that speaks to hangovers directly. However, while browsing through the various descriptions, you become convinced that you could assemble something from the ingredients listed here. Want to
Rub
give
your
it a
hands
shot?
together, alright, book. Let's go see what you got.
First, you need to choose a base ingredient.
Ginger root.
Next, you'll need to combine the base ingredient with an appropriate vehicle.
Boil it with a tea made of birch bark.
Lastly, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Pomegranate seeds.
The ginger root will help with the nausea, and the birch bark tea will help you flush out the toxins. The pomegranate seeds are a natural aphrodisiac as a nice bonus.
Great, so where can I get all this stuff?
From the pail, of course. Or perhaps from some enterprising entrepreneur, where you would find one of those, though. The book does not say.
Want to try to concoct one of those hangover cures again?
Very well. First, choose a base ingredient. Next, you'll need to combine the base ingredient with an appropriate vehicle. Lastly, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Some ginseng root.
The tincture you've invented sounds intriguing, but its medicinal value is suspect, to say the least. Safe to say it won't cure your hangover. Whoever wrote this never heard of the hair of
Hair
the
of the
dog.
dog.
Fuck this book. See if there's a bar open that'll still serve you. Would you like to try again?
No, it's... Stuff is all a bunch of hooey anyway.
You close the book and find yourself staring at the familiar cover once
Book
more.
away. The Greatest Innocence.
The Greatest Innocence by João Paulo Salomão Lopes de Fuego. The book is large and heavy.
Before I learn about Dolores Day, I need more. Crack open the immense tome.
Browsing through the various chapters, you try your best to understand the ceaseless overflow, the sprawl of names, dates, places, events historical. Most of it ends up as a twisted mass of facts inside your brain. Your educational survey is done. Did you catch any of that? No. Oh well, it's pop quiz time. Let's see what you've learned. This might take a few minutes. You ready?
Sure, why not?
That's the spirit. Here we go. Question 1. Who was the first innocence? Dolores Day.
Dolores Day?
Incorrect. Dolores Day was the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. She codified parliamentary democracy and created modern institutions. Among these, the moral intern, she was powerful and beautiful on all her icons. Her colors are silver, white, and apricot. And when you think her name, Dolores, stomach acid rises to the back of your throat, and it hurts. You see a flash silver, a wreath, an airport bag, and blonde hair. You don't know why. Another choice, perhaps? Steer clear of this one. There's something terrible about this one.
What?
A strange sensation of loss. When she left the earth, the dust, and the ice, and the humans. That is unimportant to the quiz. Stop thinking about this. Yes, the quiz is impersonal. No need to rouse sensations in yourself at the mention of Dolores Day. Who was the first innocence? It wasn't Dolores Day.
Sola?
Incorrect. Sola was anointed during the previous century and even lived to see the current one. She was an urban planner who spoke her mind and largely left history to its own devices, encouraging people to excel on their own rather than prescribing to a deified model of history. She is often called an anti-innocence. Sola resigned after an assassination attempt by a Yugo nationalist who blamed her for not taking the side of the left during the turn-of-the-century revolutions. Innocences don't usually resign. Care to try again?
Carnesian?
Correct. Nothing much is known about him. It's not even clear that he was a he, but Franco Negro presumed as such and called him Pius. He's depicted as a young man with molten gold pouring out of his mouth. All he spoke was gold. It's said he invented God and equality of men before God. He also introduced the gold standard as a way for measuring people's love for Aura. As the first innocence, he declared that there should be more of those like him. It is presumed his disciples were the beginning of the Holy Party, the founding party.
Okay.
Question 2. Who was the strongest innocence? Easy. Everybody knows the answer to this. You, me, anybody.
Doesn't sound too familiar to me. Shoot me a hint. Dolores Day?
Incorrect again. While she originated many modern institutions, launched several successful expeditions, and was even critical of the Innocentic system itself, and somehow keeps popping up in your mind, she is not often considered the strongest. Even though the words most associated with her rule are l'amour, la compassion, la autodiscipline, love, compassion, self-control, which could be seen as facets of strength. Would you like to try again? Please, relax.
Vesper Mezzanea?
Incorrect. Vespa Messina is not a person, but a defunct state on the southeastern coast of the Occident. It used to take up most of the peninsula before separating into the republics of Vespa and Messina. Care to try again? Correct. Named the innocence of militarism, he codified hereditary rule, but at the same time ended serfdom and established the Inter-Isolari Real as the global reserve currency. He also established the concept of the nation. Franco Negro attempted to solve the rising tensions between the aristocracy and bourgeoisie by building a unified society in which every man has a place and a mission.
Are you not entitled to the sweat on your brow?
Time, may rise to nobility, provided on the strength of his virtue. Question 3. Who was the false innocence?
Stepan the Despicable?
Incorrect. Stepan the Despicable, regent of Kedra, was a ruler who conquered the known world during the Kedriatic conquest, instead of the despotic Erno Pasternak. Would you try again?
Erno Pasternak?
Correct. There have been a number of counter or false innocences, some assumed to have innocentic qualities, some who just thought so themselves. Occasionally, they have the support of a faction inside the ecclesiastic organization, and accusations of foul play have arisen. The most famous and important of these was Erno Pasternak. He was into torture, despotism, hymns, cannons, and world conquest, but got defeated and humiliated by Stepan the Despicable of Kedra. Final stretch. You've come so far and learned so much. This is the most important one. Question 4. Who was the greatest innocence? The most important of them all. The most precious to humankind. I don't even have to say it anymore.
Dolores Day.
Correct. The Mesk might see Franco Negro as the father of nations, but as of this century, there's been a great shift in attitude. Dolores Day has become widely regarded as the greatest innocence. A most radical change to the whole fabric of the world. Everything from inter-isolary travel to the connected world to 3 consecutive scientific revolutions can be traced back to her. Every decade that passes, she seems less human somehow, and more beautiful, and more beautiful, and more beautiful. Congratulations on finishing the test. The results and your subsequent grade have been calculated. You get a D. Not particularly remarkable, but technically a passing grade. Not that anyone really expected better. You would have done better if you just left Dolores Day for the end. Dial the Dolores Day down a bit.
Damn you, you arrogant book.
You are shouting at an inanimate object, like a real weirdo. No wonder you seem to have trouble with the right
Put
answers.
the book away.
The bed is comforting, if a bit run down. Still, you've earned a rest.
Sleep.
Across the room, the heating system hums its soft lullaby. The mattress feels soft and sheets warm. It only takes you moments for the world to fall away.
Uh-oh.
Thoughts, baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street.
Recorded in you forever on ferrotape.
Spinning in eternity. Spinning, spinning. Tell me, am I dreaming?
No, you're spinning tapes at the discotheque. The great unceasing disco of the mind. The
Must have been really hard for
flash,
someone to do this
the
voice.
bang, the endless learning experience.
Spinning in eternity.
On and on it goes, for untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance. Rising, rising, above the dark curvature, the great wingspan of sleep, studded with stars.
Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time, the last time, the smoke in her mouth, the plotted flowers, the faces turning, changing.
What is it?
It's the world, Harry boy, and you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now. You can never forget this shit.
The rain, the snow, I don't want it. I don't want to, it's beautiful. Colors, the voices.
All stuck on loop, whirling, spitting out words and images.
Okay.
You're the son of the world again. Harrister, a ceaseless agent. Picking up litter and old newspapers, collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless, meaningless keepsakes.
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
That's right, I'm an agent of the world.
You'll go insane if you keep going like this.
Hey!
One more
Here to
day,
follow, Sandra.
and you'll be in the loony bin. I just know you will. And for what, brother man?
For the working class. For the money, baby. For the greater good.
Greater good.
Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off lists. Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth.
I'm just looking for... We're making progress, measured steady progress. There he goes again. He's a real political animal, our Harry. He still doesn't see that it's the world that's changing him.
He's got no idea what he's in for.
Why?
'Cause only love can break your heart.
Feel the pillow under your cheek.
Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night.
You can do it. It's nothing. Do it for the city. Go. Do it for the picture puzzle. Put it all together. Solve the world. One conversation at a time.
Alright, time to wake up. I only got 3 hours of sleep.
Good. You're up. Listen, there's something that's been bothering you for a few days now. It's a suspicion, or a feeling really, that things are not quite in hand around here. An earth-shattering deduction from your psyche. What will those guys come up with next? Every day, things seem to spin more and more wildly, out of control. The center isn't holding. And despite your efforts to moderate and contain these energies, things only seem to be getting worse.
Wait, I thought things were going pretty well. Let's get it right. What needs to be done?
You've got to find out who bears la responsabilité.
I thought I was assigning responsibility. I thought I was assigning responsibility to the murder.
Harry, you're thinking about this too narrowly. La responsabilité isn't concerned with trivial questions like who killed who. It's about the real issues. The human welfare index, the price of staple goods, the transition to real democracy.
Alright, give it to me. I'll accept responsibility.
Whoa. This isn't some kind of dictatorship. You can't simply seize la responsabilité for yourself. It must be given by a legitimate authority.
Okay.
Like a committee.
And who should sit on this committee?
Only the most even-keeled minds in Martinez. Your half-brother, the lieutenant, is a natural place to start. Together, you'll be able to discover who has la responsabilité in Revachol. And, if necessary, you'll have the wisdom and expertise to assign it among yourselves.
What happens once we've assigned responsibility?
Most likely, your findings will be collected in a report, which will be carefully reviewed by your superiors. Once they've reviewed it, those same superiors will produce a set of recommendations to be taken up at the next meeting of the Standing Committee. Rest assured, no matter what happens, it will be done through the proper channels.
I'm prepared to take on this awesome burden.
Good luck. Your report is eagerly anticipated.
Okay. Is Kim there waiting for me? Oh, so what time is it? Hey, what's up, Kim? Morning. Oh, I gotta go talk to Everard. And buy a tape deck? Maybe?
The trap is full of locusts, but they seem weak and unhealthy. A few lie on their backs with their legs twitching. Still, no phasmid. Poor things.
I'll come back for those. The yellow one, Morel?
The boomboxes wait on the shelves, and your boombox, that gold and amber Harmon Waushi, stares at you longingly with its tape reel eyes.
I want to buy the boombox.
And here you are, quality sound reproduction on the go. It'll play anything, wherever. Turn any tape into a conversation of sounds and shapes.
Thank you. Weird. Oh my god. Does this like give me points or something?
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reel's attached to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader.
Let's play on the tape.
You press the large button marked Commencer, and the tape starts spinning. There's a small delay before the song starts playing.
Press your ear against the speaker.
It sounds like someone's moving in the room, getting comfortable. Then the organ starts playing a simple, melancholic tune echoing in the hallway. A lone singing voice joins in, telling you about the tiniest church in Sessons, surrounded by even tinier yard. You almost feel the seaside mist on your skin. It's mega
sad.
Within seconds you know, this is the one, the real shit you've been looking for. The one you trust your room to that Claudia told you about. Perform it. A click, then silence for a bit. Then the tape stops
Can I
spinning.
sing this for karaoke? I think I could sing this.
Of course you could sing this. You could take sad to a whole new level with this. And you already know the lyrics since you've listened to it like a million times. Yup, they're all here. All 3 verses.
Right.
And the B-side of the tape contains the instrumental version. It's like the world itself is telling you to do it. Only one obstacle stands on your way. Gart. You have to convince Gart to let you sing karaoke in the whirling. After you've won him over, you can express yourself. Let the pain out. Make everyone understand.
Sounds good.
The lieutenant looks at you as you remove the tape from the boombox. He doesn't say anything.
Talk to you in a while.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
I don't want his money.
You should go over and ask him about paying for those sneakers with your net worth.
And buy the sad Concord Samarin speakers.
No way, officer. These aren't for sale.
I think I might
They're bad
be a lo-fi
speakers.
socialist junk
Lo-fi
myself.
socialist junk. No, officer. You're a high-class policeman who accepts nothing less than the best. Lucky for you, I've got the best on sale.
Wait, what if I do deserve more than lo-fi socialists? I want the speakers.
Well, if you want them, but see, they are the pedestal for my sneakers. If I let go of the speakers, where will the sneakers go? I can't leave premium lifestyle sneakers on the ground. If, on the other hand, you wanted to buy the sneakers too, I could maybe throw in the speakers for a little extra. 50 cents?
Damn, so you have to buy the sneakers first.
Alright. I might get $50. Oh!
Just one brutal motor carriage.
Says the young man with a piss written on the back of his back.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it, neon style.
Says his companion wearing a simple yet elegant slogan, "Fuck the world."
A snazzy, shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could, like, hang fucking shrunken heads from the side mirrors. Cops' heads. Scary tribal shit.
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage like this would have proper skull value.
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage, I have to stop you right there. The RCM takes threats directed at its property seriously.
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality. Man, if we were certified skulls right now...
Who are you?
I can tell you who we're not, cop. We're not snitches or skulls.
Which is not to say that the skulls are bitches and... On the contrary.
The part of this presentation you want to take home with you, cop man, is we're not part of the skulls yet.
Who are the skulls?
You don't know? What kind of cop are you?
I really don't know.
The Skulls are the most vicious gang of the Besmertne.
His voice rings with excitement. Besmertne!
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever. Jacking carriages and getting into high-speed chases.
Okay.
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus operandi.
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock, or you can find them loitering around their brightly painted bottom-lighted vehicles.
Okay.
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom lights are wretched aggressive.
You know anything about the murder that took place here?
Murder?
The man was hanged in the backyard of the Whirling Rags.
Yeah, sure. We'll gladly tell you everything we know about it. It was a man.
Also, he was hanged.
Don't fuck around, I'm the law.
He was hanged from a tree.
Yeah, I mean, duh.
These punks don't know anything. Let's just move along.
Hey, stop right there. How does one know anything?
I'm not gonna entertain you with this any longer.
Sure. Understandable. Fuck, and I appreciate your effort, though.
Do you guys know Cindy the Skull?
Oh yeah, Cindy's a right proper skull.
That man glaze over, his voice filled with longing.
Yeah, a true artist of the future. Just like Arno van Eyck.
Okay.
By the way, if you see Cindy, give her our regards.
Alright, now I gotta go talk to Cindy.
There isn't a hint of hate in them. It's like they're pissed and fuck the world out of some kind of moral obligation.
What?
The lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient toward them.
I see you kids are into anhedonic dance music.
Oh man, yeah. We're not fucking kids, man.
What?
Be wary of the abyss.
Why?
It's a threat. An impotent threat of violence.
Don't fuck with me, boys. I'm one of the bad cops. I like those.
But I don't. In fact, I dislike them so much I'm willing to drag you boys back to the station just to calm myself down.
Hey, there's no need for that. We're just talking here. Joking too. Stay light, man.
Yeah. Didn't you cops, have some questions about skulls or some shit?
Why aren't there more skulls in Martinez?
The Union does their share of policing in Martinez, at least where gangs are concerned. That's why there isn't much organized crime around here.
Apart from the unions themselves, of course.
Don't you worry about that. We're gonna make up for the deficit.
Yeah, we are.
Your rhetoric is confusing. Are you part of the skulls or not?
We're not franchise skulls. Well, not yet. Once we get our name out there, we'll have a chance to join them.
And what makes you think that the organization would accept you?
Because we can be just as psycho and vicious. You'll see.
Will I?
But in a non-threatening and definitely legal way.
The other one quickly adds and whispers something to his friend.
Right on, fuck. So what's happening now?
Enough about this scullery then.
Mm-hmm.
What's with the jackets?
What about them?
Why does your jacket say piss F written on it?
Well, first off, it's a statement and not necessarily something that characterizes me as a person, even though the statement has character. And I do like piss. The word piss epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Things being defined as they seem, not as they are. And, I guess, it's also about communal spirit, the future, and truly appreciating our differences. Also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye. And since the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily moving towards basing the economy on it, attention, it is imperative that the medium itself convey the message.
What?
What I mean by this is, we are all piss and that the world is inherently meaningless.
Why do you have fuck the world written on your jacket?
Like I said before, many men keep searching for the one, for so-called true love, which is actually just obsession masquerading as kinship. The thrill of the chase, the hollowness that fills your chest cavity after catching it. To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though...
That's a terrible metaphor.
You get more fish in a shorter time. And, for time is of the essence and fleeting ever so quickly, one must think of a way to fuck the whole world and not get caught up in fucking someone.
What?
Because when one fucks everything, he fucks nothing.
What?
And that, to me, feels glorious. Sticking your dick into the void.
Is it a coincidence that here we have 2 badass jackets and 2 badass cops?
Definitely a coincidence. Hey Cam, lower your voice.
Yes?
Do you think it's a coincidence? What do you think about their jackets?
Leather jackets adorned with immature writing? The ideology they convey helps the boys justify poor choices in life and fashion. I'm not a fan.
Why are you always so patronizing when cool possibilities cross our path?
What are you implying?
Which one would you wear?
I'm not sure I understand you,
Are
detective.
you more of a...
Neither.
Come on, Cam, it's a mental exercise.
Fine, if only to end this discussion. Theoretically, if I were a juvenile delinquent, if I were to already be down that path, I think peace is the stronger of the two statements.
I feel like I'm more of a fuck the world kind of guy.
Seems about right, especially considering your heroic exit attempts.
So are we done here? Or... you don't need us around for your secret whisper party, do you?
Oh, I can crank. Alright, I could scare the jackets off these guys. That has definitely been something. Half-light. Oh, interesting. But I'm not gonna want to miss. -1 half-light.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone,
the radio.
a pull-out tool.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
I need to report a dead body on the Martinez boardwalk.
One moment. Can you please describe the body? Age, sex, cause of death?
Unidentified middle-aged man, height 170 to 175 centimeters, dark hair, medium build. Looks like he slipped through the hole in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench.
We suspect he might have been inebriated when he fell. There were bottles all around him, and traces of vomit on his shirt.
Any signs of violence?
No, seems like it was an accident.
No field autopsy necessary. What about his belongings? Did you examine his
He was
clothes?
wearing boots, trousers, and an old leather jacket with a bright blue lining. Found a library card from his pockets.
Any information on the library card?
It's from Central Jamrock Public Library. It belongs to someone named Billy Mejean.
Good. You have a lead. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to
We're
someone
taking
else?
the case.
I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead to identify the man. We'll send someone to take the body to the morgue. That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in. Is there anything else I can do for
Can you connect me to the Jamrock Public Library?
I'm afraid they're closed. It says here that the library is open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
We should try again during business hours.
Anything else, Detective?
I'm done for now.
57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering wheels.
That ride is
Hey, piss. Look who it is. Shrunken cophead material.
No, I'm good for now. Go talk to, Go talk to Everard. Try that the conception check there.
The payphone hangs mutely on.
I thought there was a transition. Actually, there's a transition into where he is too, right? Dark jeans? Oh. What am I wearing on my neck? Obviously bow tie.
Hey, mister. I'm not...
Bye-bye. Let me in. Container, container, container. Fishing rod, it's... Alright, Everard.
Mr. Dubois, I hear the meeting with Titus was a glowing success. That's such a relief. Titus can be a handful sometimes. Now, what can Everard Clare do for you today?
It's done. I mailed the signatures you asked me to mail.
The Golden Boy returns once more. Wonderful. Simply wonderful, Harry. Of course. I already knew this. My friend, the mailman, confirms the letter is on its way. You've done a great thing today. You've given the children of Martinez a future and proven to be a true man of the left. I can finally trust you now. You're in my inner circle. You too, Mr. Kitsuragi. We can talk about anything. The strike, the murder, your lost gun, nothing is off the table.
Well done, sire. By guile and deceit, you're
Great.
in. You don't know his full plan. Perhaps he expected trickery. Perhaps the signatures weren't important. The point is, do not think you're ahead of him.
Can I get my gun now?
Harry, I've got to be honest with you. Your gun was found 2 days ago. Withholding this information weighed heavily on me, but it had to be done.
Fine, where is it?
An old woman has it, and let me tell you, Harry, Word on the street is she's a character, so watch out.
This must be the woman who bought the gun from Roy. The one he described as
The
terrifying.
gun's still with the woman who bought it from Roy.
Yes, the same one. I see you've done your research. The pawn shop made the gun easy to track. Crazy stuff, Harry. Selling your gun like that? Wild. Anyway...
Union Boy's gonna help you fix it. He winks at you. Don't worry, Harry.
The neighbors of this old woman contacted my men because they trust me and the Debardeurs Union. Apparently, she was waving it around at the entrance to her building.
He was waving it around at people?
As I said, she's a character. I didn't have time for details. It sounds like she's unstable, but don't worry. No one got hurt.
It sounds like a very disturbed and desperate individual.
Who is this old woman?
Unfortunately, I don't know anymore. You're gonna have to go in blind, Harry. But she's an old lady. How dangerous can she possibly be? Oh, and she calls herself the Pigs.
Okay.
There it is again. The pigs. Like Roy said, not good at all.
I, for one, find it refreshing. Finally, someone calls themselves a pig.
Smile flickers in the corner of his mouth.
It actually sounds extremely bad, but let's not give him the
You
satisfaction.
set up a meeting?
I already have. Tonight, starting 10 o'clock, near the old fish market on the coast. The one on the boardwalk, a little past the fishing village. Be careful, Harry. I would never set you up for anything dangerous, but you did ask for this. Now, back to the fun stuff.
She will be there from 2200 hours till 0200 hours.
More fun stuff. Seems like we already have fun stuff to do.
Signatures I got. I know you plan to force them out of the construction noise.
Harry, by now you should know I would never do anything tricky like that. However, if the construction noise and limited street access makes some people consider moving, well, let's just say there'll be freshly renovated buildings near the roundabout where those poor people can finally enjoy a significant uptick in quality of life. I'm talking real affordable workers' palaces.
He proudly spreads his hands to demonstrate the size of the palaces. They're very large.
Great.
So the village is doomed.
You were there, you saw the place, a wasteland. There's nothing left. But mark my words, officers. We are going to reset it. Reset. I have big plans for Martinez. And they do not include humans living in those pig sheds on the coast. That land will be used for municipal buildings and commerce. Harry, imagine a youth centre supermarket church complex. Employing hundreds, no, thousands of people.
What?
The coast will be lit up with enterprise and life. All those ruins out there turned into low-income housing. Harry, enough is enough. We're taking this district back. The war was 50 years ago, for God's sake. It's time to move on.
Do you really expect me to believe that?
Yes, I do. I got the centre, I got room for a retail complex, and in 4 years, I'll get the church too. The wheels are already turning, Harry. The wheels of progress. This post-war limbo, I won't stand for it. There are kids practically playing with their own feces out there. It cannot go on.
There is true indignation in his voice when he speaks about the state of things, and even a touch of pain. But will there be giant statues of the Clear brothers towering above it all? Joyce knew he was up to something.
Wait, will you erect a statue to yourself?
I'm not a symbolist, Harry. I'm a realist. My statue will be Martinez rebuilt. 5-story building complexes, workers on welfare, and landowners in Azon hating me. That will be my statue. And yours. We're doing this together.
You would look nice as a statue.
Joyce was right when she said you were up to something.
Damn right I am, Harry. I'm gonna make the working man as rich as she is one day. That's my job. Just like yours is to keep the
Did
peace.
you order the hanged man killed?
I did not, Harry. Although I am very, very glad he's dead.
What do you gain from him being dead?
Why, a war, of course.
And what do you have to gain from a war?
Victory, Mr. Kitsuragi. I have victory to gain. We are going to start a war with the Wild Pines group and win before they even realize there is a war.
They're trained military people aren't too afraid of your men. You ever heard what 2 giant Serenades hornets can do to an entire colony of bees? They destroy it.
I have. It's a great story, Harry. Did you also know how the bee colony kills the giant hornet? They swarm and blanket it entirely until it suffers a massive heat stroke and dies.
He crosses his hands contently, thinking of the interior temperature of the wasp rising.
Harry, we outnumber them 1,500 to 1, and that's just Martinez. With all the unions in Revachol, and with public opinion on our side, we can hold off 2 men, or 15 men, or even 50 men. The more they send, the worse it's going to look for them. They made a huge mistake hiring those guys. No one likes foreign mercenaries. The leftists hate them, the fascists hate them, even the moralists think they're in bad taste.
How is this connected to the strike?
Harry, there is no strike, only war. Class war. Or, in business terms, a dawn raid. Or wait. Is that when you still pay them something? Because we won't do that. We're not going to give nothing. We're going to take Terminal B away from them. The roads, the gates, the containers, that big crane, even the damn coffee maker. We're going to take all of it for the people, and fuck Wild Pines.
So that's why you haven't let Joyce in?
Yes. It's also why I let that midget Gaumont go. He's too nice. I can't put him through this. Plus, he knows how to get in here. That woman can't tell her tits from her arsehole. She has no chance.
What?
Tits from her arsehole. It's a local saying.
You're telling me your plans.
Because we're friends, Harry. Besides, it doesn't matter now. You can go tell her if you want. It won't change the course of events. We have a significant head start. It's already happening.
How many of you guys are in the Union?
2,372. Plus yours truly, of course.
2,373 is a sizable contingent for a labor organization in Revachol.
All right.
And they're all well motivated. At least the ones you've seen.
How are you going to fund your independent harbor?
Oh, you mean what sort of goods are going to be flowing through? How am I going to replace all the contacts we'll lose once the poo-poo hits the fan? The clients will ditch us. Harry, we've thought of everything.
Clients would take a well-known multinational conglomerate over a local mobster any day.
You can't possibly hope to continue like this. Clients will leave en masse.
Sure, some will go, but mark my words. The company will be unpleasantly surprised to see how many of them stay loyal to Martinez and to the new competitive contracts we can offer.
Okay.
With renewed zeal sparked by communal ownership, the men will be shipping those containers double time. You'll be surprised to see how fast things go without parasites latching on. We'll have our hands free to pursue bold, exotic new revenue streams.
That's drugs.
Drug trafficking.
Yep.
Drug trafficking? Don't be stupid, Mr. Kitsuragi. There are perfectly legal, 100% ethical chemical factories on the Samaran Isola. You don't need to be colonialist about it. All they do is produce components to keep the pharmaceutical industry running. That's people's health we're talking about. Old grannies, little babes, people with disabilities.
God, that sounds shady.
The company thinks transporting these chemicals in bulk looks bad, has bad optics, may be illegal in some countries. The Debarders Union, however, we're all about the large volume column. We're gonna transport the living daylights out of those materials, Harry. So your sick kid can get his benefit, and your wacky uncle doesn't have to come off risperidone.
And the kids on the street can get speed and pyrrolidone.
Yep.
I'm an old-fashioned guy, Mr. Kitsuragi. I sometimes grab a beer with the boys, but I have no idea about the things you just mentioned.
He smiles.
But if I were to supply ingredients for some sort of rainbow party, I would make sure the Union took a fantastic share. And I'd keep that stuff far away from Martinez.
A well put together plan and far removed from you. Drugs are a no-go for me. I'll report this.
Yes, yes, of course. And while you're doing that, please go ahead and also tell the Wild Pines. I want to hear them squeal from the indignity.
Nothing in his features betrays any concern.
Interesting.
Anyway, let's not focus on the sensationalism of the drug trade. This hypothetical drug trade is all anyone ever seems to be interested in. It would only be a small part of the harbour's turnover, just like the harbour is, but a small part of Martinez.
It'd still be illegal.
Let's look at the big picture. Martinez as a whole. There are little girls out there with dreams of making music. Young mothers who want to start businesses. Models who want to walk catwalks and steel welders who want to weld steel.
Okay.
I'm gonna unite them all into one economic body. We're gonna incorporate this place to Kingdom Come. Everyone's gonna be in on the wealth, and everyone's gonna pull their weight.
Let's keep focusing on the drug trade. He was almost admitting to it.
Hold on, I don't want to look at the big picture. I want to look at the drug trade you almost admitted to. Very ambitious. I love what you're doing with the working man. I'm not feeling a whole lot of Revachol here. Not enough flags or kings.
No, Harry. That's boring. All right, it's gone. The hypothetical raw materials trade is off the table. It's such a small and insignificant slice of revenue, I'm cutting it. Boys, Harry felt queasy about it. We're not doing it. Can we talk about my beautiful incorporated Martinez and its many-sided business ventures now? This bold new vision of incorporated socialism I'm offering?
It's very ambitious. I love what you're doing for the working man.
Thank you, Harry. Thank you. You have no idea how much it means to me, because in many ways, you are that working man. You have already done so much
Can I ask
work.
you about specific union members?
We're way past specific union members now. This is the big time. We're talking about the future of Revachol here, Harry. You can bother Leonard with that. He loves to run his mouth on such matters. But I'm in big-time mode, Harry.
There's something different about him now. He's more vibrant, more alive in his big-time mode.
That's it for now.
Great, Harry, great. I think we've truly built a bridge between Martinez and Jamrock today. We have united the RCM and the Debarders Union.
So then there's sadness in his tone?
This has been so great. I'm sorry we don't have more fun things to do together, but if you ever feel like bouncing something off me, my door is always open.
I've finished my investigation in the local drug trade?
Ah, yes. Your side investigation. Thank you. You've got some spirit clearing up phony drug accusations alongside this murder. I'll talk to the mayor and see if I can get you the key to the city, Harry. Now let's talk real business.
Not even a speck of anger in his voice. That's that then.
Take my leave. Alright, here we go. Now what are we doing? Can't fast travel from here? Everyone's asleep by 2 a.m.? Alright, now it's time to clear the look inside containers. I was going to put a point in conceptualization.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
Shut up, Albert.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I...
It's not this old lady? Oh yeah, I need to talk to Joyce. I found my badge. And she's got information for me. I want to talk to the skull. Is that coming through my...
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
S and F. Send the rest.
I don't believe it. I've never known those boys to have manners.
The bemusement in her voice doesn't fully mask genuine tenderness.
Maybe it's just Skull's celerity. I think they're afraid of you.
They'll never be skulls, but their hearts are in the right place.
Skulls are cool. Can I be a skull?
Fat chance. But you can still do your part to revitalize the neighborhood.
Okay, then how's that?
She throws you a conspiratorial glance, then presses her finger to her lips and squints up at the sky, as though straining to hear something in the distance.
Have you noticed the quiet? Every so often, you might hear a gunshot pierce the air somewhere in Jamrock. But in Martinez, no gunshots, no sirens. The people are languishing in boredom and complacency. This place is a sepulchre. We'll paint it red. We bring the raucous. You bring the sirens.
Later, Cindy. Oh, was that skull always there? Low on health, but points into endurance.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Found my badge, by the way.
By love, you did.
Inspects the piece of blue plastic, her eyes scanning from left to right.
Fast, observantly, like an electronic printer, she is memorizing your badge number.
Pleased to meet you, Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois. I am glad to see a man of high qualification. The situation is precarious. Okay. What can I help you with, Lieutenant Freighter?
I've been dealing with Everard again.
Oh? course, Detective. You can always drop by later, should something come up.
Start
Now,
with lynching.
Of course. Anything to help.
Arnold, the one was hanged. Did you know him?
If you mean did I see him alive?
You don't know how you know. It's not written on her face, nor in her voice, but she had sympathy for this man.
You liked him?
Liked is a bit strong. He was the most charismatic among them. He handled all the talking. His departure left a major gap in the group's communication skills.
His name was?
Lely, his service name, a nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was
Tell
one.
me about the others first.
One is a man, Corty, they call him, a nickname as well. The other a woman, Phyllis DePaul. Corty is the gunner, I believe. DePaul is a radio operator.
What would you say was his eye color, the deceased's?
She closes her eyes, trying to picture the man's face, then shakes her head.
I can't remember.
Being a rat to her voice.
The lieutenant was testing her, asking a small detail first to see if she knew him better than she let on. She passed.
That's all right, then. Anything else? Nationality? What would you say was his age?
Okay.
He was 40. Or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age, or gauge his facial expressions.
What else? Nationality? Accent?
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian, maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it, through the injury. That's all I know, I guess.
That's enough for now.
I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. What we do.
She nods.
More lessons in basic reality? Glad to have been of assistance.
This is a conceptualization check.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Whew. Oh, wow.
Trying to sneak up on me again? Trying to snuff me out? Get away, pig!
Physical instrument check.
The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master. The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master.
High performance weightlifting gloves. Oof.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent plate. The speaker comes.
Good morning. Please repeat. Is this the production? Good. Please repeat the password.
Yes.
Good. I've unlocked the production schedule. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament.
Really? She just used the same password? Maybe those radio computer guys aren't that paranoid after all.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you?
That's all.
Thank you, and goodbye.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shut with a quiet determination. The printer starts printing, a piece of paper unfolding like a handheld fan. A black crisscross of letters covers
Remove
its
the
surface.
production schedule.
The filament slides out of its glowing nest.
Read the printout.
It's a project report written by the lead producer, Andrew Andy Schott, about Whirl Untethered, a radio game developed by Studio Fortress Accident. The first few pages give an overview of the capital and workforce, while the rest of it seems to be a production schedule.
Read about capital. I want to know about money.
In its short time of existence, Fortress Accident SCA managed to burn through truly insane amounts of money. The first tranche of seed financing brought in 150,000 Riyal, but then came the delays. Eventually, the damage reached 400,000 Riyal, with only half of the game finished.
Gosh, where do they get all this money?
Let's just say it was a real adventure for their Igaunian investor.
Read about the workforce, who worked there, how long.
Fortress Accident employed 18 people, the bulk of the team composed of writers and concept artists. There were also radio programmers, sound engineers, a CEO, 2 marketing experts, and a single overburdened producer who developed a habit of popping Pyrrolidon in the basement to escape his obligations. Why did Fortress Accident have so many concept
Wait,
artists?
why did a radio game need many artists?
It didn't.
So then why are there so many concept artists?
No, definitely not. A few more producers could have come in handy though, especially when dealing with writers, some of whom routinely skip to work because of mental health issues and extremely unprofessional sleep schedules. One of them even managed to steal some valuable company property before skipping town for
Skip
good.
through the production schedule, wherever it is.
The production schedule depicts their glorious descent into
Because of the
bankruptcy.
concept artist?
Not the concept artists. It wasn't even the writers. With their panic attacks and 3-hour lunches, it was impossible not to fail. The project was too large, and no amount of money could satiate the ever-expanding ambitions of the development team. They tried to make a 4 million Rial game with 400,000 in their bank account. They thought they could bridge the gap with pure willpower and imagination. They couldn't.
So they were done in by their own ambition?
No. Even then, success remained within an ever-narrowing margin of possibility that, despite everything, never entirely disappeared. That is, until they discovered the Valley of the Heads.
What?
At the 11th hour, the lead designer, Jimsk-born Suliswav Jalisa, decided that what Whirl Untethered needed was a secret mystical location at the extreme edge of the map. This place was to be the Valley of the Heads, where the heads of all the headless constructs could be found. The player would have been able to choose a head for their headless party member, and each head would have been voiced on air by a professional actor.
This is some insane shit. Who are these people?
The world had never seen their kind before, and might never
How many
again.
heads were there?
So many. The last count, there were approximately 10,000 heads for 10,000 headless men, all of which could be endlessly recombined.
Pretty bad, so what?
Do you really want to know? There seems to be a calculation here, but it may take a while.
Yeah. Oh, keep going.
The lieutenant taps his foot impatiently, his arms folded tight against his chest.
What have I done? Continue.
What if you broke the radio computer? What if it's never going to stop?
Please stop. And that's it.
And that's it.
Okay, so what's... So that's what did them in.
Well, yeah, that and the catastrophic data loss.
This must be the anomaly Suna mentioned in the church logs.
On the nature of the data loss, there's ominously little information in the production log. It comes at the very end where things get fuzzy and dark, where tables and numbers seem to vanish into an eerie nothingness, before the Egonian investors pulled the plug. What is clear is that one day an unidentified numeric anomaly occurred on the East Insulindian Lintel front, just as the World Untethered project was being compiled that day.
And the anomaly caused all the data to get lost in the air?
When the project was returned, it was completely blank. The team spent weeks on the phone with Lintel, the service provider, but despite their diagnostics, they could never produce a satisfactory explanation or pay for the loss.
Wasn't there a copy of the game, a backup?
Mysteriously enough, it seems that the off-site copy happened to be on-site when the catastrophic data loss occurred.
Sounds dumb.
It was the lead programmer's responsibility to oversee weekly maintenance of the off-site copy and, well, keep it off-site. An explanatory note from the lead programmer has been attached.
What does it say?
S. Lukanen Kilda, the lead programmer of Fortress Accident. The off-site copy was on-site because there was no off-site anymore. Not for me, not after 8 months of crunch. I didn't have a home anymore, so I started keeping it in the basement in the ice bear refrigerator near where I went to sleep. It was perfectly safe there. The temperature conditions were optimal.
Not very convincing, is it?
Her former colleagues would agree with you.
Is there anything else from the lead programmer?
The production schedule ends with a few random notes that seem to be added sometime
Leave
later.
the notes at the end?
4 months later, by an unknown author. I am the only one left, and it's gotten rather damp here. A few other businesses have gone under, too. Slipstream switched to making skis, and the hairdressers just left, cursing Martinez. They're right, though. Something's seriously wrong with this place. Martinez, all of it. Still haven't got an answer from Lintel about what happened. All I could get were the physical coordinates of the error on the East Insulindian front on that day. Since the computation happened on air, I reckoned it had to coincide with an actually existing location. I have compared the coordinates to a map of Revachol West. Turns out it's only 800 meters from here. The address is Saint-Brun 1147. I am going there to look this thing in the eye. Saint-Brun 1147? That's what the street sign next to the church said.
Tear it, print out, and throw it away?
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine.
Do I need a pastime?
The bear's eyes are still glowing. This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
What is this, like a... Oh, I know what this is. Never mind. A 6, so I need a 9 or better. Leave this for now. I think that's what I'm going to call it, actually. I do need to increase my physical threshold, but... There we have it. Made a lot of progress. And I am kind of enjoying now running around and kind of... I feel like I've gotten as much as I need. So now I'm just trying to like prune it until I'm done, and then I can get done, and then I'll be done with the game. But I am enjoying my playthrough now. I'll just have to follow up with more stuff, but I am enjoying kind of walking through all those quests. So looking forward to playing it again soon. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy this content. If you do, follow, like, and subscribe to me on YouTube and Twitch so you can see more great content like this. I'll have links down below in the description. Thanks again. I hope you have a super day. I hope you have a super week. And I hope you have a super day. Bye!